What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We are super late today. This is the latest we've been in a long time, but today was just a one after another shit show going on. It started with trying to pay rent and realizing I didn't have any checks. And I've been using the same stock checks that I got when I first opened my bank account when I was 18. And now I'm 35, and so I got to learn how to get checks and shit. Realized you can't just get checks. I thought you could. You can't. And so that fucked my whole day up. Either way, we're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you guys are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting things started. We're going to start off with a video titled, Biden Appears to Fall Asleep During Economic Meeting in Angola. I don't know what old man Walter was doing other than embarrassing us. He's on his way out, but he can't leave fast enough. What's really funny about that video is there's someone narrating through the whole clip and just never mentioned that old man Walter's literally sleeping right there on the screen. Stupid. Then we got a video titled, this is kind of a follow-up video. It's titled, South Korea's Yoon Backs Down After Declaring Martial Law. Now, we covered South Korea and its martial law extensively yesterday, so this is just a little follow-up. I guess they did come out of their martial law. It did get lifted and all of that, so like I said, it's just a follow-up. Then we have an interesting video titled, A Humanoid Robot to Help You Around the House. It's what's happening. It's what's happening. It's another video of, do you want an AI-powered robot, run around your house? We'll see when we get there. Then we got a video titled, Kash Patel Targeted by Iranian Cyber Criminals. Again, it's really interesting that these cyber criminals only attack Maga. They don't attack anybody else. And when they do attack Maga, they always hand their findings over to the Democratic Party. Just makes no sense. Then we got a video titled, Supreme Court Hears Case on State Bans on Care for Trans Minors. That sentence has all kinds of shit wrong with it. There's no such thing as trans kids. There's only abused kids. But the Supreme Court's going to be looking at it, and God only knows what they're going to decide. Then we got a video titled, Very Scary Times, Border Crosser Accused of Sending Weapons to U.S. Adversary. Apparently there's a CCP border crosser in the country. He was trying to get weapons and tech and all kinds of stuff, and he was going to send it to North Korea. He wasn't even sending it to China. Weird stuff, but, we assume that when they let 25 million illegal strangers into the country, you're going to have shit like this. So I really doubt this will be the last kind of story like that we cover. Then we got a shitty video titled, Montana Lawmakers Narrowly Vote Down Bathroom Ban for Shapeshifting Representative. Now, they got a shapeshifter over there, and I'm pretty sure it's not Tim McBride. It's someone else. I think it's somebody named Zoe or something like that. They're going to let that dude use the girls' bathroom in Montana. So Montana has failed women. That's just apparently what goes on in Montana. Sad to hear that. Then we have a video titled, Chad, I don't know how you say his name, Cronister. Donald Trump's pick to run the DEA has withdrawn his name from consideration. Then right after that, we have a video titled, Trump mulls replacing Hegseth with DeSantis to run the Pentagon, says the Wall Street Journal. Now, this kind of sounds like speculation, but at the same time, there's a Josh Hawley video floating around. It's like 20 minutes long, which is why we didn't put it on the schedule. But Josh Hawley is making claims that Pete Hegseth has been canceling his meetings, and now there's a lot of talk of DeSantis. Now, I don't think DeSantis is going to leave Florida to go be in Trump's cabinet. I could be wrong, but that itself is kind of a weird video. Then we got a random video titled, United Healthcare Executive Killed in Manhattan in Targeted Attack. It really reminds me of the Cash App guy who was murdered. It's a very similar situation, just out and about, all of a sudden gets smoked by some rando while he's out on the street. We'll see if anybody figures this out, but I don't think they found out anything about the Cash App guy. Then we got another kind of crappy video titled Jose Ibarra asks for new trial in UGA murder. Now, that is Laken Riley's murderer, the illegal Jose Ibarra, says he wants a new trial. They're claiming that they messed things up in the last trial, and that means that it is not a fair trial. It's not a just trial. Now, I don't know how the hell that can happen. And they don't even know what they messed up. The court is requesting, like, what exactly do you think we messed up? And apparently there hasn't been any word. But Jose Ibarra, he's trying to get a new trial. I think it's bullshit. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe that it's happening. He should have been euthanized. But either way, then the last little bit of our news is titled Trump Lawyer, Biden Will Pardon Himself. Now, of course, this is a video by Alina Habba herself sharing her thoughts about Biden's pardon for both Bidens. Then we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled, Is This Really What It's Like Having Two Dogs? And then our official funny video of the day is titled, Be Careful, Bambi Al-Qaeda Can Get You Anywhere. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. See what you hooligans got going on today. I don't even know what day is it. Is it Tuesday? Oh, it's Wednesday. Oh, yeah, yesterday was Taco Tuesday. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Breeze by You? What's up, Zero? What's up, Dan the Man? What's up, Tom? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Josh D? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Damsel? What's up, Matt? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being here on the website. What is up, everyone over on Rumble? Are we good on Rumble? Hold on a second here. It's looking all weird. Oh, no, we're good. We are good to go. Breeze by You, you were first over here. And I appreciate you racing to the chat and being omnipresent, Breeze by You. What's up, Free Thinking Texan? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bobby? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Cody? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Mr. Satan? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Mr. B. New? What's up, David from Oregon? Happy freedom. What's up, Turtle Mom? What's up, Jay Tyler? What's up, MU? If I didn't get you already. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? Appreciate you sliding through. What's up, Elder Zoomer? What's up, Energy Woman? Appreciate all of you guys being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button over on Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Let me see here. Is this from today? No, what time is it? Nope. Either way, happy freedom, everyone over on Kick. I don't know. I got some sort of alert thing at the top of my Twitch. I don't know if that's how everybody's shit is, but that's how mine is. Happy freedom, you hooligans over on Twitch. Tony Rich, I think it's just me and you over here. And what is up, everyone over on the commie platform? What's Mr. Satan? You were first over here. Appreciate you. What's up, Prop Patriot Girly? What's up, Matt Rogers? You're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom. What's up, Good Buddy? What's up, Locked and Loaded? What's up, Critical Thinker? What's up, Garrett? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Conundrum? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Appreciate you sliding through. You hooligans are welcome to hit that thumbs up button over on the commie platform as well. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you. First day getting the X chat in place before I start. Just get those little pats on the back. We even got Klaus Daniels today. Decided to bless us with his presence. It's too cold to be sitting in front of the window. I think that's what's going on. Either way, we're going to get started with the first. Oh, actually, hold on. I just remembered. I'm going to give a huge shout out to Mr. Frizzy Fro. Thank you so much for sending me movies. We got the Oblongs, and then we got Blazing Saddles here. Thank you so much, Mr. Frizzy Fro. I really appreciate you sending me new movies to check out. Heck yeah, you hooligans are awesome. We're going to get started on this first video here. It's titled, Biden Appears to Fall Asleep During the Economic Meeting in Angola. Let's get this pulled up really quick. Now, this is Fox. I'm doing this little reading here or whatever. But they just don't acknowledge that he's fallen asleep right in front of us. They're just like, yeah, he's there and he's doing great things. He's really awesome. Oh my God, blah, blah. And old man Walter's literally falling asleep right there on the screen. It's ridiculous. Either way, before we get into it, I definitely want to remind you to go get these t-shirts. This design was created by Alistair. Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will make sure to post his links in the chat so you guys can hire him for your creative needs. If you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags, and I even made a cooking apron in this design, so I will be posting the link to the merch store while we're watching this first video.
And I do want to pop up this live image right here as we have been over in Angola. We've seen the trip from President Biden. He is there meeting with some of the officials in that location. He spoke maybe about 30 minutes ago and broke down a little bit more about the investments that were being made in that area. And right now he is taking part in a meeting here with, again, some of the other officials in that location. Not sure. It looks like there might be audio, so let's pop it up to see if we can hear anything.
aiming at aligning this project with national priorities and other bilateral and regional commitments. In closing, allow me to reiterate Tanzania's commitment to regional integration and shared prosperity. We note the progress made on the development of the Lobito Corridor and commend the visionary leadership that has brought this initiative to life. And it is through such partnerships and innovations that Africa's Agenda 2063 will be realized. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. I'd like to turn it over.
All right, so the audio not too great there, but you can see President Biden is meeting with those officials over in Angola, again, talking about economic investments and things of that nature. So we do have those live images. And if he does hold another news conference here, as he's done just a few times, we'll make sure to bring that to you right here on Live Now from Fox. Do have to head to our final 2-minute commercial break at 8:41 on the East Coast and 5:41 on the West Coast. We do have much more live coverage coming up. That includes a look at Chad Cron.
Oh, look who joined the party. Man, Walter's finally awake. Like I said, they go through that whole video there and they don't acknowledge that he's sleeping at all. They play the audio. You can hear the people speaking clearly. And then they mute the audio and they're like, sorry about the audio there. It's definitely not the best. How about the old guy sleeping on TV? How about that? You just going to ignore that? Just not going to talk about that? Oh, okay. Old man Walter is on his way out, but he's making sure to embarrass us as much as possible while he's doing it. Now, not to defend old man Walter, but that did sound like a boring-ass meeting. But when you're representing the country, you can't be just falling asleep because shit's boring. You can't do that. Of course, it's too late to tell him. He don't give a shit. He does whatever he wants. Next up, we got a follow-up on South Korea. It's titled South Korea's Yoon Backs Down After Declaring Martial Law. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about old man Walter sleeping on TV. I wonder how they're going to defend that. I'm still waiting on a press briefing, but after that, it's probably not going to happen tomorrow. Then we might not have a press briefing at all this week, the way that things are going. Astro Hammer, sounds like a boring-ass meeting. I'd fall asleep, too. Are those rainbows on their plaques? I didn't see the plaque, but yeah, Astro Hammer, it did sound like a boring-ass meeting, but oh man, Walter, he can't be embarrassing us like that. Happy freedom to you, Astro Hammer. Breeze by you, beware Juicer's stories. That'd kept old man Walter awake, I'll tell you what. Here, Juicer, fucked up story time in the chat, starting at 2:37. Nothing vulgar or sexual. We'll see here, Juicer. I'll have to check it out. Breeze by you's taking part in the meeting. He's snoozing big time. Yeah. He doesn't even realize he's at the meeting. Here, Juicer, no new trial in Texas where they'll fast track executions. I haven't seen anything about that here, Juicer. Breeze by you, fuck that illegal. He can go to hell. Yeah. I can't believe that that he's even asking for a new trial. Like, it just blows my mind. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Bobby, nothing sexual. What? I know. Coming from here, Juicer, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm in denial. Turtle Mom, I've fallen asleep in church. What do they do when you fall asleep in church? You know, like when you fall asleep in school and they like throw a big book on the floor or whatever. The only interaction I've ever had in church is when I got a phone call and the person giving his little speech or whatever, he was saying, that better be Jesus calling. Yeah, that's what happened. Jesus called me. He just picked me up on a cell phone. That's what happened. I gave him my number. He called me up. I always hated that stupid shit. Free the Dexon, you just sleep? Oh, must be a good church if they just let you sleep. No, most churches play Clubhouse. Bobby, jet lag? Maybe. Could be jet lag. Kevin, I kind of want to give him a blanket. I feel sorry for him. I don't know. He did a lot of terrible things in his younger years. Happy Freedom Pumpkin. Biden's taking a nap in Angola. Yeah, flew all the way there to just have a little nappy nap. I think he would have probably been snoozing, but he stuck his finger into his brain and then woke up, hit the reset button really quick. Kevin, where's your Christmas tree? I haven't put it up yet. I need to get more festive. I've just been kind of run down lately. Too old to care. Blazing Saddles is an awesome comedy. That's what I've been told. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, Bambi ain't getting me. No deer here. We had one deer come over since I've been alive, and it got hit by a truck as soon as it got here. Well, Kevin, at least you're safe from Bambi Al-Qaeda, because mixing it up with Bambi Al-Qaeda is never a good time. Rip Curl, happy freedom to you. Just great. Our leader's literally asleep at the wheel. Yeah, but as embarrassing as it is, I think the world kind of doesn't care at this point. They're like, oh yeah, more of Biden doing what Biden does. They all know President Trump's in, so they're like, yeah, let the old guy sleep. They're all meeting President Trump at Mar-a-Lago anyways. What's up, Zeus Boot? Happy freedom. Viola, he looks a little tired. Yeah, he's tired, all right. I don't know about the finger in his brain thing. I don't know if that's what he normally does or that was just for the occasion. It's hard to say. What's up, Smelly? Happy freedom. CEO of healthcare company just got in New York City with a silenced pea shooter. I don't know what happened. I don't even know who the guy is or the company or anything. What's up, Jordan? Happy freedom to you. Locked and loaded. He probably saw a bunch of kids before he walked in. Sick piece of shit was daydreaming or something. God only knows. What's up, Cash Flow? Happy freedom. He looks like a zombie. He looks like something. His finger in his eye socket. Garrett, a guy on Fox News, is saying he would move away from a hit job move on the CEO, United Health guy. That's sus. I don't know what you're saying. They're saying it was a hit because the guy who shot the CEO let other people pass by. Now, I don't know if that's enough evidence, but they were saying that he was sitting there near a doorway kind of waiting and watching people, and people were passing by, and he didn't target any of them, but all of a sudden he just engaged with the CEO of that health stuff or whatever. I don't know who the guy is, but it really sounds like the Cash App story. The guy that created Cash App or was running Cash App just randomly got shot and killed on the street. And then they buried that story quick as shit. There was no follow-up to that. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom. We're going to get on to this next one here. This is our follow-up on South Korea. It's titled, South Korea's Yoon Backs Down After Declaring Martial Law. Now, we figured this was going to happen, but it wasn't really confirmed when we were covering this stuff yesterday, so I figured we'd cover a follow-up. Hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get this rolling.
국회의 계엄 해제 요구가 있어
South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol said on Wednesday he would lift a martial law declaration he had imposed just hours earlier. It comes after a standoff with Parliament, which rejected his attempt to ban political activity and censor the media. Earlier, South Korean soldiers entered the Parliament building through smashed windows, apparently tasked with imposing martial law. Inside, furniture was used to barricade the entrance, and doors were broken. Police scuffled with protesters outside as helicopters monitored the situation from the air. The move by President Yoon stunned observers around the world, including the director of the George Washington University Institute for Korean Studies, Celeste Arrington.
This was pretty shocking and seemed to be a sort of somewhat extreme move. I think he is an inexperienced politician. He never held political office before and has shown signs over the last months of being increasingly frustrated with the political logjam.
The White House said on Tuesday it was relieved that Yoon reversed course. Yoon declared martial law on Tuesday night to thwart what he called anti-state forces among his opponents. But outraged lawmakers rejected the decree in South Korea's biggest political crisis in decades. Lifting martial law was then approved by the cabinet early on Wednesday, according to Yonhap news agency. Under South Korean law, the president must immediately lift martial law if parliament demands it by a majority vote.
Now, they didn't mention it in this video, but there was a couple other videos I had screened before choosing that one. And in some of the other videos, they were saying that the reason they went into martial law was because of the opposing leader. And we had talked about that yesterday. Their opposing president or whatever from their election over April, apparently they don't like him or his followers, or at least the current president or whatever doesn't like that guy. And that's what caused them to go into martial law. And it's really interesting the way that they talk about him, because it's almost identical to how they talk about Trump. He basically said that he doesn't like the opposing leader and that guy's a bad guy and that his followers are bad people too. So to preserve their way of doing things in South Korea, they put the country into martial law to prevent the opposition from making changes or whatever. Now, they just kind of reword that whole thing over and over again in all these different videos. But today I heard that they're accusing the opposing leader of sympathizing with North Korea. So they supposedly put the country in martial law because they didn't want the opposing leader to turn South Korea to look more like North Korea. Now, I don't know how he can sell that idea if the opposing leader's not in power. If he doesn't have government power and he doesn't have that kind of reach to, be on TV in front of everybody, then how did he sell to their people, which he didn't have to, I guess, because he declared martial law. But what a crazy idea to try to sell to the public. Hey, this guy out there that ran against me back in April, him and his followers, they're going to turn this place into North Korea. We don't want that, so we're going to just declare martial law. That's what they did, and I don't know. Sounds like a dictator, a dictator. Anyways, next up we got a humanoid robot to help you around the house. I don't know about all this shit. Now, this one is a little different. It does have AI ability, but it can also be remote controlled. They try to sell you the idea that, like, what if you left the house and you left the stove on? Instead of having to drive back home, you could just pick up the controller and tell your robot to go and turn the stove off, and they sell it like that. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about South Korea and the follow-up we just did. Hair Juicer. With the CEO guy, he knew who, where, and when he was, ignored bystanders, didn't touch him, then rode away on a bike. Definitely a hit. And the gun seemed suppressed with subsonic ammo. Interesting here, Juicer. Yeah, I just don't know who the CEO, that healthcare CEO, or I don't even know if it's healthcare. I know it's health related, but I don't even know who the guy is or why they would try and smoke him like that. Well, they didn't try. They successfully did it. Tom, I fell asleep waiting for my probation officer after 12 hours of shoveling snow, instant breathalyzer, and drug test. Damn, Tom. Life. Life is rough sometimes. That sucks, Tom. Hope you made it through. Yeah, you must have. Because if you'd have dropped dirty, you probably wouldn't be here right now. Hair Juicer, fucking deer. I know, damn Bambi Al-Qaeda. They'll get you. Zero, FJB is still doing terrible things to America. Absolutely. I'm sure he's not done yet. How many days we got left? Old man Walter's nonsense. Let's see here. Wham. 56 and some change, so a little under 47 days left until inauguration. That's a lot of days for old man Walter to continue to do damage. AR-16, happy freedom to you. I wonder what the CEO's views were on what's in front of the Supreme Court today. Yeah, AR-16, I wonder. I mean, they must have went after him for something. They didn't just smoke him for no reason. So I wonder what he was connected to or what he was selling to people. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything about him until he got smoked. Puffing stuff. He racked the pistol for each shot. Maybe it was homemade. Oh, could be. Could be. I haven't seen the actual video because I was looking for stuff to put on the schedule, and I can't put a video of somebody being shot to death on the live. They won't let me. Free the Texan, you have the healthcare that guy was the CEO of? Bobby, Diddy got him? I don't think Diddy got him. Pumpkin, Korean leaders are very confusing. I think it's the translation that makes it so confusing. Like when we played it yesterday, the opposing leader said something about wanting to dominate the country. I don't think that translation is accurate. Something about Korean language is everything is kind of compartmentalized. So you always hear Koreans saying ibnida. They're always out there saying the ibnida, and it means a variety of things. Like Klaus Daniels is a noye goyungi ibnida, and that means that he's a cat. He's the noye goyungi ibnida, and ibnida is like a thing. So whatever the word is before ibnida could mean police officer, teacher, your kid, your country. And so I think when it gets translated, the words don't sound right, or maybe we take words too seriously over here. And so I don't know. I know the whole situation's really confusing. And if the government took over the media like we heard yesterday, who knows if the story's twisted or not? It's hard to really say. The only reason, or the biggest reason of why we covered it yesterday, is because their leader woke up, went on TV, and declared martial law. And that could pretty much happen anywhere. And so that's kind of something that, all of us should pay attention to, because although I don't think Old Man Walter will do that to us, he could. He could wake up and just go, hey, guess what, guys? Martial law. And then we'd all be in despair. So that's why we covered it. Too old to care, mirroring J6. Could be. I was wondering that too, if they were trying to make it look like a kind of J6 incident. It was a communist takeover. That's what it was. But before anything got bad, that he loosened his grip of power. I wonder why. Because if he was a real dictator, he'd have been like, I don't care what Congress says. We're just going to keep, stay with martial law. And the soldiers even said that they weren't going to stand down until their current president lifted martial law. They didn't care what Congress said. So he was in a position where he could have took over. I wonder why he didn't. Like, why throw that, that whole deal? Why make such a fuss just to turn around and shut it down? And Bobby, it's not very political correct. That's all right, Bobby. What's up, Nana? Happy freedom. Too old to care. Where's Snooks? She said she had to go do something real quick. Cody, CIA. Could have been. CIA controls everything. I think CIA controls the world. Viola, absolutely worth paying attention to and covering. Yeah, what I think is really crazy is we covered it yesterday, and now everybody else is covering it today. We were ahead of the game yesterday, big time. And where's our fireworks and shit? Where's our pat on the back? Nothing. We just go unnoticed. Tony Rich, Sleepy Joe. We're tired of his shit, and he knows it. Smelly, yeah, he's going to get impeached, the South Korean dude. That's what it looks like. They're all talking about impeachment and stuff over there. Shanti, thank you so much for the compliment. I'm more aerodynamic now, but with it being 20 degrees outside, it's cold. It's cold. Get brain freezes and stuff. What's up, Trev Terror? Happy freedom to you. Bike can screw things up 47 times over. You're right, Trev Terror. Hopefully he just takes a long nap and wakes up in 47 days or whatever it is. Then we'll be good to go. What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom to you. Get the jab or lose your job situation? No. I'm not sure what you're referencing. No, the CEO was killed of the healthcare. Astro Hammer, I'm not sure. Usually Annette says goodbye if she's dipping out. Maybe a smoke break or a potty break. Hair juicer, I have United Health Insurance too. Interesting. I wonder, well, it probably won't affect you guys. I doubt that they're going to start changing their plans and stuff because the CEO got smoked. But it's interesting that you guys all have that health care. I can't believe you guys can afford health care. That's badass. Proud of you guys for being so responsible. I'll never have health care, but that's something. We're going to get into this next video here. It's titled A Humanoid Robot to Help You Around the House. Very interested to see what you Hooligans say about all of this, because this is kind of a double whammy. They got AI robots, but then they can be kind of controlled by remote control instead of leaving them on autopilot. Either way, once again, this is titled A Humanoid Robot to Help You Around the House. Hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get into this.
A robot like this could one day take over your household chores. Meet Neo, a humanoid robot powered by artificial intelligence. The prototype is the brainchild of 1X, a company based in Norway and Silicon Valley.
In the long term, this will be doing your laundry, cleaning your house, tidying, and generally giving you back a lot of time in life.
Neo is one entry into the race to bring humanoid robots into our homes. On top of its job performing household duties, the robot can be operated remotely from anywhere in the world. That's according to Bernd Bornich, the CEO and founder of 1X.
We're really excited about the ability to teleoperate the robot yourself. So if you're somewhere else, you can actually teleport into your robot and do small things in your house that maybe you forgot to do, right? Like feed the cat or close the window, check that everything's okay.
While the current prototype demonstrated for Reuters was piloted by humans remotely, 1X says the market-ready version will use AI and remote control. The company says that version will be unveiled in 2025. As for the price, 1X says they can't reveal those details yet, but expect it to be in line with a mid-priced new car. Bornich said he has been testing the robots at home with his own family, including a previous version named Eve.
And at that point, I would have said that, like, this is really useful. I don't want to give it back, but I wouldn't pay for it yet. Like, but this is a while ago, right? So there's still some way to go. And we learned an enormous amount from this. And all of these lessons learned went into designing Neo, both the hardware and the AI stack. And we're about to try this again now, and I'm super excited to see the results.
Neo faces stiff competition. Tesla has ambitious plans, with Elon Musk saying its Optimus or Tesla bot will be, quote, the biggest product ever of any kind. In October 2024, Musk predicted a future with 10 billion humanoid robots, priced between $20,000 and $25,000 by 2040. And Beijing-based startup Robotic Era recently released video of its Star One humanoid robot traversing the challenging terrain of China's northwestern Gobi Desert.
Well, I don't know. I don't want no damn robot. I don't want that. I don't know. I don't know what to think about any of that. They act like it could be useful, but it just seems like more of a problem than anything else. Like, I don't know. It just does. Like having a microwave walking around or a stove or something. It's like you're just a problem. You don't really serve a purpose. You're a neat little gadget that's potentially the government monitoring you while it's in the house. It's always listening and watching you and stuff. I don't know. It's basically a Google unit or like an Alexa unit just wandering around. And then you see it can't even press the buttons. It was trying to make coffee and it was missing the button and stuff. They're like, yeah, it's really great. It couldn't ring a doorbell if it had to. And that's with the person controlling it. That's not even the AI. That's with the person watching and failing miserably in front of everybody. I don't know. I don't need one, but maybe you hooligans want one. Next up, we got Kash Patel targeted by Iranian cyber criminals. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about having robot helpers at the house. And Breeze by you, yeah, I don't need a robot. No, and I know some people, well, it gets brought up that maybe if someone was elderly, maybe they, lived alone and they were elderly and maybe it'd be nice to have a helping hand, but if you've ever interacted with AI, it's like talking to a stupid person. How useful are stupid people? Not very useful. Because you got to walk them each step of the way. You're trying to get them to do something, you got to be there to make sure they're doing it right. Why would an elderly person want to go through that? You know, in certain instances, maybe they would, but that's not real help. If you got to hover over this creation and make sure it does what it's supposed to do properly. I don't know. Like I said, it's a neat gadget, but I don't see it as much more than that. Snooks, I love cleaning my own house. Good exercise. Yeah, Snooks, I mean, that would be okay, I guess. Having the robot run around cleaning while I'm live. I mean, I guess. The cat would take it out, though. There's no way. The cat would take it right out. Russell, you want a robot? What would you do with it? What would you have it do? Hair juicer. Oh my god, it creeps me the fuck out. What stops somebody from hijacking it and using my own guns against me? The hair juicer? It could be a thing. Like I said, if the government hijacks it, it's just sitting there watching you, listening to you, maybe even asking you questions so you provide answers. You're like, geez, robot, why are you asking me how many guns I own? Why are you asking me where my gun locker is? Mm-hmm. Matt, difficult terrain. It was on flat ground. Yeah, Matt, they were trying really hard to sell us their walking toaster. Zero. United is under DOJ investigation last year and again now, and they never told the investors. Once the story was put out, stock dropped like $27 a share. Investors lost millions, but they didn't. They sold before the story came out. Oh, interesting, Zero. So they might be doing like insider trading or something. That's crazy. Thank you for letting me know, Zero. Russell, have a robot made. Yeah, see, I mean, that might be all right. Maybe. I hate washing dishes, so, I mean, maybe it has its uses. Tom, I'd never be okay with that in my house. Yeah, a surveillance bot. Hair juicer, I've never had a bad experience with United, but I've heard horror stories. I've heard that about Spectrum Internet. I had a not so great time recently with Spectrum, but I've heard of Spectrum charging people like 2-3 times what they signed up for and all kinds of stuff. Never experienced it myself. What have you heard about United, hair juicer? Bobby, you 12 years old? That's okay. That's okay, Bobby. Free the Texan. If the government wants to watch me beat my meat, more power to them. That's right, Free the Texan. That's why I always wink while I'm staring at the phone. just to make the Fed boys feel some type of way. Turtle Mom, they'll be taking our jobs. Well, any job a robot takes you could be the person that does maintenance on that bot. They were telling us that when I was working in the factory. They were like, if a bot takes your job, you'll be the person sitting there making sure they do that bot does that job correctly, or you'll be the person to work on that bot to make sure that the system keeps running correctly. Now, maybe they were just saying that just so people didn't get upset about robots taking their jobs, but I don't know. I don't think bots could replace all jobs. I think there's just certain jobs. And we're about to see a big change in stuff because the AI it's not just everywhere, but it's taking over. Like, in a couple years, if that, people aren't going to Google things anymore. They're not going to look things up on Google. They'll just ask AI. And same thing with like all the Alexa bots and, you know, the My Google bots or whatever the hell. Those are all going to be replaced by AI too. I mean, we just watched a video where they're basically turning them into robots. So not only will it sit there on the counter waiting for you to go, hey, what's the weather? Or remind me to do this. Instead, it'll be a robot companion that you got. This is all becoming normalized. It's like going through having computers all over again. This new technology is going to take over. It's going to be in everything. If it does replace a job, it'll be customer service. That'll be one of the first things that get replaced, and it's already happening. When you call a company or a service or whatever, even little chat boxes, when you try to write customer service, you're talking to AI 90% of the time at this point. Eventually, you'll go to Walmart and you'll be returning an item. It won't be some fat bitch sitting there waiting, for you to walk up, act like you ruined their day. Instead, it'll be some robot AI bullshit. And that's how it's going to go. We're in the middle of like a technology boom right now. And that's why you're seeing people divided. Some people see AI and they're against it. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't want to learn about it or anything. You see other people are diving in it head first. And what's going to happen is in 5 years, you're going to see people who are going along with society, and you'll see people who are struggling, kind of like emails or text message, right? 10 years ago, people were like, I don't want to learn email. Send me a letter. I don't want to text somebody. I'll call you. And now everything's just texting and emails and digital bullshit. So everybody who refused to learn how to use a computer, they're suffering these days because the world changed without them. And that's what's happening with AI. It's not going anywhere. It's going to take over. It's and I don't mean like a Terminator way. That's years down the road. 6 years or so probably. But it is going to take over just as much as cell phones and anything else. It ain't going anywhere. Free Thinking Texan, I use self-checkout anyways. Yeah, me too, Free Thinking Texan. I'd rather avoid people anyways. What's up, 8Co? Happy freedom to you. We got to hit that thumbs up over on Rumble. I don't know what's going on. We got low numbers today. Maybe it's because of how late we are. Viola, returns suck. Always make you feel guilty. Yeah, like you have to explain yourself. Sorry, I got to take your product back. Let me just pour my heart out. What's up, Darth Blaze? Happy freedom. What's up, Irish? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Hurley Girl? Happy freedom. What's up, Globster? Appreciate you being here. Globster, I came across this very worrying reality. Jesus never fucked. He might have. You never know. You never know. He was a person. You never know. What's up, Big Mac and Pride? Happy freedom to you. I'd like to see a robot take my job. Yeah, Big Mac and Pride. That's what I mean. I don't think all jobs are susceptible to robot takeover, and I don't know. I think customer service is going to be the first one that gets hit by robots. They're going to make robots do all the shitty jobs before they do anything else. I mean, how come Democrats didn't say that? How come Democrats didn't say, oh, when we kick out the border crossers, we'll make the robots pick the crops? We could, but it's blue team showing their true colors. That's what it is. That's why they get mad about the border crossers and the mass deportation, because they want to have workers out in the fields getting paid less than what they would be entitled to if they were citizens. That's the nicest way I could have put that. What's up, Crab Nebula? Happy freedom. Crab Nebula, I don't use self-checkouts. I feel the service fees are included in the price I'm already paying. Yeah, Crab Nebula. I mean, I could see that. You know, you're getting your money's worth by making the employees do their job. I just can't stand telling employees how to do their job, and I got to do that shit all the time. I have to do that with almost every human I interact with. I got to be like, no, idiot, you got to do it this way. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I fucking know, but why don't you know how to do your job correctly? That's what I don't understand. Everywhere I go, stupid people driving cars and waiting the cash register and on the damn phone. It's just stupid people everywhere. Can't fucking stand it. So that's the only reason I do self-checkout, is to avoid those damn employees. But you're right. You got to get your money worth out of it. Shanti, I'm ready to get rid of my phone. Yeah, but it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You know, if you're worried about your phone tracking you, doing anything, well, when your buddy gets in the car, now your buddy's phone is tracking you. You know, it's everywhere. Crab Nebula, Jeff, did I hit a nerve? Nah, Crab Nebula, I'm just old and bitter. It's all right. I'm just old and bitter. Wayward, I'm against brain chips. I am too. I mean, as much as I'd like to live forever, I don't really want things inserted in my skull. I don't think that's the way to go. Very well could be the mark of the beast. You never know. Breeze by you, I use self-checkout because people are idiots. Yeah. What kills me is not only am I old and bitter about it, but when I'm checking out and one of those masked idiots walks up on me like, hey, you need any help? No. Like, I'm just like that. I'm like, no. I don't want to talk to you. That's why I'm over here checking myself out. Go away. Get the fuck out of here. Go away. Unless you're going to accuse me of stealing, get the fuck out of here. I can't do it. I can't do it. The stupid people make me mad. Anyways, we're going to get in this next video here. This is Kash Patel targeted an Iranian cyber criminal attack. Like I said, it's funny this only happens to Maga. Doesn't happen to anybody else. Hit that thumbs up button over on Rumble, and let's get this rolling.
Cyber attack believed to be from Iran targeted President-elect Trump's pick to lead the FBI. ABC News reports Kash Patel was hacked on Saturday night. Patel has been a staunch supporter of Trump for years and served in his first administration in a number of roles. Sources with CNN say hackers accessed some of Patel's communications. A Trump transition spokesperson declined to comment.
Well, that was a short one, but we'll see. There'll probably be a follow-up when Iran hands over all the stuff they stole from Kash Patel. They'll just hand it over to the Democrats, and they'll do a little meeting. They'll say, oh, we told Iran, you're naughty, don't do that again. And then that'd be it. That'd be about it. It happened to J.D. Vance. It happened to President Trump. It's happened to tons of MAGA getting hit by cyber criminals. Nobody does anything about it. That's why when we were coming up to Thanksgiving, we covered that video about cyber criminals and how they send you text messages and emails and all that stuff trying to trick you to click links. It doesn't take much. And that's why we're raising awareness about it, because if you do click that wrong link and cyber criminals do hijack your accounts or steal your credit cards or whatever, nobody's coming to save you. I mean, when the president, right, is being attacked by cyber criminals and nobody's doing anything about that, you think they're going to help you? Nah, they're not. And so it's better to just be preventative than to try and, find a redemption afterwards, because you're not going to. Like in this case, they're saying Iran did it. What are you going to do about that? Nothing. Government's going to do nothing about it. Well, there you go. Don't get attacked by cyber criminals. It's easier said than done. Next up, we got Supreme Court hears case on state bans on care for shapeshifting minors. Like I said before, that sentence has all kinds of shit wrong with it. But either way, we're going to hop right into this just because that last video was only 27 seconds long. So let me get this pulled up really quick.
A landmark case.
Hold on, lady. Jesus. Look at that face. She looks like she's mid-sneeze. Anyways, like I said, this video is titled Supreme Court hears case on state bans on care for shape-shifting minors. Let's get into this, but make sure you hit that thumbs up over on Rumble.
A landmark case heads to the Supreme Court today, a challenge to Tennessee's ban on gender-affirming medical care for minors. This case could have wide-reaching implications across the country as the debate rages over what kind of care is appropriate for transgender kids and when it's appropriate for that treatment to start. News Nation's Tom Dempsey is outside the Supreme Court for us this morning ahead of today's historic case. Tom, good morning to you. What is the central question to this case for these justices?
Hey, good morning, Marky. In just a few hours, oral arguments will begin here at the Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C. For the first time ever in the Supreme Court's history, and at the very core of this case is the question of whether or not a state ban against a transgender child or teenager blocking gender therapy things, and whether or not that amounts to sex discrimination. At the very core of this case is Senate Bill number 1 out of Tennessee, which bans transgender teens and children from receiving things like puberty blockers and other hormone treatments that can be prescribed by a doctor. And that would apply to anyone under 18 who identifies as transgender. 3 families, including one from Nashville with a 15-year-old transgender daughter, are challenging the law's constitutionality, which could have a far-reaching impact across the country. 26 states have passed bans on gender-affirming care for trans children, and nearly 120,000 teens who identify as transgender live in those states. More than 20 states have asked the court to uphold the Tennessee law. Tennessee's Attorney General says states have a role to protect children and that gender-affirming care can be life-altering as well as risky. But the ACLU, which is representing the families in court, says the Tennessee law and others like it violate the Equal Protections Clause of the 14th Amendment.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com.
Stupid. What a stupid thing for the Supreme Court to deal with. Why allow parents to mutilate their kids? It doesn't make sense. You can't give your kids crack cocaine or anything like that, but you can cut their wiener off? Why? Why is that like that? Why Where's the common sense? Where did it go? I don't get it. Next up, very scary times. Border crosser accused of sending weapons to the U.S. adversary. Like I said before, this is a CCP border crosser who was trying to send U.S. weapons and tech to North Korea. They're going to be talking about that, and then they're also going to be talking about CCP's Goshen that's trying to build a factory here in Michigan, and I think the other one's in Wisconsin or Illinois. They're trying to build over there. So this video, they're interviewing Tudor Dixon, who ran against Governor Whitmer back in the midterms there. Now, she didn't win because she has a strong stance on killing babies. She was saying there's no excuses, where President Trump feels there is the 3 excuses. But either way, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about the Supreme Court having to listen to this nonsense about shape-shifting kids. It's messed up. Like, we got to ask the Supreme Court, hey, are you all right with people abusing their kids? You think we think we should just let that go? Like, so stupid. 10-man puberty blockers are basically chemical castration from what I've heard. Yeah, 10-man. And part of what gets that stuff sold is they tell these stupid Democrat voters that it's all reversible. Oh, yeah, just go and get all this stuff done. Put these chemicals in your body. Hack your wiener off. You'll be fine. And if you know, when you're 25, you decide you don't like it, you just go back. You'll be fine. It's not true. It's not true. They stopped doing this in foreign countries because if you're a female and you put these chemicals in your body and you fail to go through puberty, by the time you're an adult, your spinal cord starts to deteriorate. Because you didn't go through the process you need to go through for your body to develop into what it's supposed to be by the time you're an adult. You stop that process from happening and you still got old. But when you get old, your body's falling apart because it did not get to prepare itself for adulthood because you put stupid chemicals in your body. I mean, it hurts everyone, but it's so detrimental to little girls growing into women that foreign countries gave this up. They don't even try it anymore. But here in America, stupid. So stupid. Astro Hammer, if Canada becomes the 51st state, we will have to get rid of the illegals there too. Then the government will be like, how do we know who is a citizen and who is an illegal? I know. Let's microchip the citizens. Evil never sleeps. Could be Astro Hammer. I really don't think Canada is going to become the 51st state because I don't think Great Britain will let it happen. Canada has, I think, the Queen on their money, and I don't know if that's changed since she kicked the bucket, but Great Britain has a big influence on Canada. And so I don't think that Great Britain or Canada really themselves will allow that to happen. It would be very interesting if Canada became the 51st state. It'd be interesting because they'd be a part of us, but it'd also be interesting because I could actually go to Canada then. But I just don't think any of that's going to happen. I mean, you never know. You never know. Canada might go trans and become America, but it's hard to say. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Hair Juicer, the whole process is terrifying. Yeah, and they show it on X. You see all those people that are getting transed up and stuff. It is a mess. It is a mess. Those wounds never heal. It's gross. It's gross. It's an abomination. It shouldn't be allowed. Breeze by you. I can't believe we've come to this as humans. Yeah, and it's even worse when you're watching movies from the 80s where they make jokes and stuff like this and they're like, oh, that'll never happen. You just wait. That's why I keep saying I watch these videos from the 80s and they talk that shit and I'm like, you wait. 15 years from when this movie was made, you'll see. People forgot what bathroom to use and everything else. Zero SCOTUS. Oh, I don't know what that name is. Contenji Brown can't even define what a woman is. She should be disqualified from this case. Absolutely, Zero. Russell, that's just wrong. Kids are not shapeshifters. They're just confused. Yeah, Russell. They just want to belong to something. And the people that are flashing the big lights, hey, come join us. It's all the pedophiles and shapeshifters and all that stuff. The predators. They're the first ones that want to be friends with kids and welcoming kids into their groups and all of that. Breeze by you, leave the kids alone. Absolutely. Thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. Russell, I want to see her O-face. I don't know. She looked like she stepped on a Lego. In that still frame there. She looked like she's about to sneeze, or she just caught a Lego right between the toes. Russell, well, Maga is the enemy of Iran. Yeah, I guess the Democrats are their little buddies. Snooks, I refuse to use self-checkout. All the cashiers at my food store know me and they're very sweet. Well, that's good, Snooks. Yeah, if I actually knew people at Walmart, WMM used to work at Walmart, and I was a little bit more forgiving, but those people that work at Walmart right now, they're just vile. I hate talking to them. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom. Stoner, I'll compromise. They can give kids puberty blockers if we can smoke pedophiles. Well, we'll see, Stoner. We'll see if they're willing to negotiate. AR-16, they can't procreate, so they recruit. Yep, you're right, AR-16. And they're monsters. They're monsters. They're not just recruiting, they're hunting their prey. Normal times, please don't spay and neuter your kids. Yeah. I remember a time where we didn't have to say things like that. Let me check it out. Free Thinking Texan. Jump into Discord. It's just Dave Chappelle dressed up as Prince. Just out of nowhere. What am I looking at, Free Thinking Texan? The percentage of young people who identify as shapeshifting varies by source and generation, but there's estimates. 28% of Gen Z. What? These numbers got to be wrong. 9% of millennials. 9% of the youth. I don't know. I'll have to read it later. Free Thinking Texan. But you're right. They are being groomed into it because of acceptance. That's how they do it. We watched the BLMers do it for a couple of years because it seems like nobody older than 25 wants to be a part of BLM or the protesters in general. And so then we started seeing the protesters showing up at high schools and convincing kids to do walkouts. Now, when I was in high school, I was very rebellious in many ways, in most ways, really. And so if we had adults coming to the schools and saying, hey, we want to act out civil unrest, we want to be rebellious, and we want you to join us, my whole class would have walked out. Just cause we're standing against the man, you know, fuck parents and teachers and shit. And we would have did it. But that's how they get them. That's how right there. They're like, hey, you want to belong to something? Come join us. You can be one of us. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to be one of you. And turn them into a radical liberal. And then by the time they get something good in their life, we talk about this in the voice chat all the time. When liberals grow up and they have something in their life, they stop being liberals. Once you have something you don't want to lose, you don't want someone to take it from you, you don't want someone to come destroy it, you're not really a liberal anymore. Because now you got to protect that thing that you earned. That thing you now have that you don't want someone to take from you, you got to protect it. That means you got to do what's right while everybody else is doing what's wrong. Next thing you know, you're a fucking conservative. The unfortunate part is that liberals don't live that long. They make so many bad choices that most of the time they come up and smoke them. They die from their own choices. They don't get to live long enough to become conservatives. And like I've said before, kids are socialists. All kids are socialists. You have to raise them to teach them to no longer be socialists. Because their whole life is you giving them shit for free. They don't know any different. So if you don't raise them right, they grow up to be fucking liberals. Because they think if they piss, moan, and cry and throw temper tantrums enough, they'll get free shit. Unfortunately, the Democrat part of the government, they want to give people free shit, whether you qualify for it or not. And that's the thing. They have to get to a point of their life where they have something they don't want to lose. And that's when they start becoming more conservative and stuff like that. But when you're doing fentanyl and cutting your wiener off and doing all this other shit, well, Most of them don't live long enough. What's up, Jamie? Happy freedom. Nana just made Dorito casserole and it was delicious. I gotta know, have your taste buds returned yet? Yeah, Nana, the hot sauce is good. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. I was just eating it on pizza the other day. I like hot sauce on just about everything. It's good stuff, Nana. Viola, I like self-checkout. After carefully selecting food items, to just have the cashier toss them down on the belt sucks. Yeah, Viola. I feel the same way. I've been buying Hot Wheels cars because Pokemon cards are too fucking expensive. And so I've been not trying. I've been getting into collecting Hot Wheels cars just because I'm a fan of collecting things. And I go and I find all, everything I want. Make sure the box is all nice, it's not crushed and stuff. And then I give it to the cashier, and cashier just throws all the shit in the bag and throws the bag on the counter and stuff. And it's like, nah. I didn't just meticulously pick that stuff off the shelf and check it to make sure there's no bumps or bruises just to have the cashier slam it around. So I agree. Chewy, are you covering the mystery car-sized drone over New Jersey? I haven't heard anything about that, Chewy. That must be something that just happened because I haven't seen anything about that. Crab Nebula, I have to agree, exploiting the ignorance of the youth. Yeah, when the protests started dying down, we were seeing BLM go to the high schools and pull big numbers out and standing in the streets and stuff and getting them all used to the chants and stuff. And it just didn't amount to anything because all that information came out about the BLM company or corporation or whatever it was, getting bankrupt and all the financial shit they weren't supposed to be doing and all of that. That's what made it all fall apart, is that their branding went to shit. If that wouldn't have happened, I think we would probably still see protests, but they're going to need new branding. And that's what the pro-Hamas protesters, that's why they've been able to get numbers, is because they're not BLM. They have new branding. They're the same people. They got a new book cover. That's what's going on. And so they were able to pick up numbers, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to see them grow into as big as BLM was because they're foreign problems. Americans don't care about foreign problems. Not really. They act like they do, but they don't. Otherwise, those pro-Hamas protesters, they'd have bigger numbers. It's happening on college campus. They could have huge numbers, but they don't because their cause is dog shit. They'd have to be talking about American problems to get more Americans to give a shit about it. But we'll see, because President Trump's about to, be back in office. It might be back to those kind of 2020 days with pissed off liberals and stuff. I just don't know if we'll ever have another day where we see 1,000 Antifa across from the Justice Center throwing piss bottles and Molotov cocktails and got their umbrellas and their leaf blowers and kicking CS cans and stuff. I don't know if we'll see that again. Matt, I found a missed package error on Hot Wheels yesterday. That's badass, Matt. I've just started getting into the Hot Wheels stuff. I've been trying to find treasure hunts and super treasure hunts. I've been looking for 4 months now. Haven't found one. And I guess it's not supposed to be that hard, but I think I don't know what they're called. Scalpers? I don't know. People who go and buy them the day they get put on the shelf. And they go through and they pick up all the cars before anyone else can get there. I'm learning about it, Matt. All right, hooligans, we're going to get onto this next video here. It is titled, Very Scary Times, Border Crosser Accused of Sending Weapons to U.S. Adversary. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you guys really quick, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Get into this video here about border crosser crime. Not just any border crosser, these are CCP, and we've been kind of waiting for the CCP stuff to pop up. The last time we heard about the CCP border crossers. There was one in California who was running their own little CDC lab that they had made. Somehow they took over this building and they were getting imports from the CCP where they were building some sort of bio lab in California. And that was the last we heard about it. And again, there was little to any follow-up on that story after it broke. And now here we are, more CCP border crossers over a year later. And in this instance, this CCP border crosser is accused of trying to send U.S. weapons and tech to North Korea, which is really interesting. Maybe it's a plan by China. Maybe it's a plan by North Korea. It's hard to say. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get this rolling. Here, Juicer, you gonna call me a nerd? Yeah, that's all right.
Chinese migrant in the country illegally has been arrested and charged with allegedly shipping weapons, ammunition, and military tech from California to North Korea.
He was here illegally, so he shouldn't have been here. He was able to develop a very sophisticated scheme, evade law enforcement for some time.
When technology and sensitive items fall into the wrong hands, especially those of hostile nations, the risks to global security are profound.
Tudor Dixon is a former Michigan GOP gubernatorial candidate and the host of the Tudor Dixon podcast. She joins me now. Tudor, as you well know, thousands of illegal Chinese migrants were let into our country under the Biden administration, not to mention the millions in total that were let in. How worried are you that more of those illegal Chinese migrants are working to help our enemies but have not yet been caught?
Well, I'm very concerned about it, and I think a lot of people are. I mean, that's what we've heard for years now, especially coming out of the FBI. The largest threat, the biggest threat to the United States is China. And now we see this is a person who came through. His student visa was expired in 2012. He's been in this country for a very long time. So you have to question, Todd, how many of these people have been in the country for over a decade now, planning something, and now there's tens of thousands of migrants coming across the border from China, Chinese nationals. What is the plan? How much danger are we in right now? Because this was a massive weapons store that came over from North Korea. We know that North Korea and China and Russia and Iran have all been working together. These are very scary times, and this is something that has slid in under Biden's nose. I mean, let's not forget the balloon that went across the country that was noticed by a civilian, not even by our own military. How much danger are we in?
So concerning. And now from bad actors who are here illegally to potentially bad actors that we gave a tax incentive to come. National security threats rising in Michigan as Goshen Parent Company signs a partnership with a controversial Chinese university. The House Select Committee on the CCP finding, quote, the university has a documented history of serving the PRC, People's Republic of China's national security and defense apparatus, including involvement in defense research and alleged cyber attacks targeting various international entities. Look, Tudor, we all saw this coming. You were on this show dozens of times warning us about the Goshen security concerns. Why didn't Gretchen Whitmer, the governor there in Michigan, see this?
Well, I think Gretchen Whitmer is so desperate for a win. I mean, if you look at the state of Michigan right now, we're in complete upheaval with GM potentially closing their headquarters and essentially looking like they're leaving the state. She needed a win, and she was willing to go to China to get the win, and she was willing to risk our national security to say, hey, I've brought some jobs to the state of Michigan in the almost 8 years now that she's been here. She has not done anything. So, look, it's not just Michigan. It's the entire country that's in danger. But it's Michigan and Illinois especially right now because those are the two places that Goshen is wanting to build factories. And they are in Michigan, it is very close to a military base. We are incredibly concerned that they have now partnered with a university that, as you mentioned, is allegedly tied to cyber attacks. This is something that we've seen. This is the biggest concern we have in the United States. Could they shut us down and then invade? Could they shut us down and then attack? If they are within our borders, absolutely, we are at a greater risk. Now you couple the fact that they are inside of our borders and they have partnered with a university that is the president of China's alma mater, that also is known to have ties to their military and work with them on strategy, and allegedly cyber attacks across the globe. This is incredibly dangerous. These two stories that we've just talked about together, Todd, this looks like a very scary time for the United States. Donald Trump can't get into office fast enough.
But what's wild about all this, your taxpayers there in Michigan paid $175 million in subsidies to bring this threat into their shores, into their borders. I mean, that's the wild part of all of this. You've been on top of this story from the get-go. Thank you for staying on top of it. Hopefully, when Donald Trump gets into office, he does something to remove the security threat. Judah Dixon, is always a pleasure. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Well, yeah, President Trump is going to do something about it. It's called mass deportation. Not going to have these CCP fucks around here doing whatever it is they're doing, being up to no good. And that's on top of Tren de Aragua and everybody else that's crossed the border, known terrorists and all that. They said there's more than 200 known terrorists in the country since the Biden border had opened up. We're going to close the border and we're going to kick those fuckers out. Who knows? That's just the people they caught. What about the people they haven't caught? They don't want to talk about that. And we've covered all kinds of stories. Money being stolen from semi-trucks and airports. I'm trying to think what components to make explosives being stolen off trains and things like that. No follow-up to any of those stories that just happened, and that's it. Cover it up. So who knows? I assume this won't be the last time we hear about border crosser crime. And I think things are going to ramp up when President Trump starts doing the mass deportation, because at the same time, we're going to see Democrats claiming that this is racism and all that stuff. We've already covered that the Democrats are trying to stand against President Trump. They're creating a group of governors called Safeguarding Democracy that they're going to organize to stand against President Trump's mass deportation. And I think we're going to see things ramp up. At the same time, we already know that Chicago is kicking out their border crossers. They're closing down the shelters, and only border crossers that have kids will be allowed in the shelters. Everybody else is kicked out on the street. And then in New York, they cut off their food vouchers. So you got starving border crossers. Crime is going to escalate. It's inevitable. Next up, we got Montana failing women. It's titled, Montana Lawmakers Narrowly Vote Down Bathroom Ban for Shapeshifting Representative. They have their own shapeshifter. It's not Tim McBride that's going to Capitol Hill. I can't remember. I think theirs is called Zoe or something like that. But either way, they just voted to allow that piece of shit into the women's bathrooms. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about these border crossers trying to send weapons and tech to North Korea. Breeze by you, treason, so much treason. I'd like to know how that guy was trying to send the stuff to North Korea. You can't just put that on UPS. Like, what was he trying to do? How did he get caught? How did he obtain the weapons? What kind of tech did he have? Where was he storing it? How do border crossers have so much resources? I don't understand that. Did they just come over here, log on Facebook, and then write the CCP and be like, yeah, I made it. I'm in. Send me the goods. Like, I don't understand how it's all getting done. What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, man, that looks badass. That car collection is awesome. I've been trying to figure out what to do with all my Hot Wheels cars. I buy them, I bring them home, and then I put them in a safe place, and then I don't touch them. I haven't figured out what to do with them yet. I don't have a routine yet. Yeah, Russell, I agree. There should not be any CCP in the country. Zero Whitmer's turning a blind eye. Yeah, to the Goshen. Goshen is that battery factory that they're trying to put here in Michigan. Not that far from me. It's like within 2 hours of where I am. People don't want it. They keep going to these board meetings declaring they do not want this factory to be here, but Whitmer tries to act like this is going to be good for us. Now, they're supposed to be making like EV car batteries or something, but we don't need the CCP here. They're not even going to hire Michiganders. They're bringing their own employees. And then they're trying to put another plant. I can't remember. They said it in that video. I can't remember if it's Wisconsin or Illinois, but one of them, they're trying to put a factory there too. Goshen shouldn't be allowed to do that kind of stuff here, but we'll see, because Whitmer, she don't care. Hair Juicer never got into those. I could see the appeal, though. I didn't collect anything but Pokemon cards for the longest time. And I came across a live where somebody was showing off their Hot Wheels collection. And they were talking about how you can find rare Hot Wheels by doing certain things, looking for certain things. And there's treasure hunts and super treasure hunts that are like rare Hot Wheels. And if you collect Pokemon cards or Magic cards or anything like that, the rare ones are the ones you're after. I never understood collecting Hot Wheels because I didn't know there was rare ones. I thought they were just cars and that was that. And when I found out there was rare ones, then I was like, oh, I'm going to get the rare ones. So I started checking them and trying to get into it, but I couldn't find any rare ones. Well, Hot Wheels are like $1.50 each. And so I was like, well, I'll just start buying cool ones, and then maybe eventually I'll find some rare ones. Now I got a half a closet full of cool Hot Wheels cars. And I don't have any rare ones yet. That's how I got into it. Now at this point, I have to keep it going. I've already invested in cool cars. I got to keep going until I at least find one rare one. And that's how this mess started. I bet you're wondering how I got here. That's how, right there. There ain't no retirement for me. There's no 401k or nothing. I got to find that rare Hot Wheels, sell it, and buy a McMansion for me and Klaus and the rest of the hooligans. You know, that's the retirement plan. It's not a good one, but it's mine. Pumpkin, it's part of the Belt and Road plan the Chinese have. Definitely could be. Because in order to leave China, you have to ask permission of the government. So to have so many CCP people here, we'll just say Chinese border crossers, we'll just call them that. To have so many Chinese border crossers here means that each and every one of them had to get permission from their government to come here. China just doesn't just give things away for free. So I assumed that these people were sent here by China with purpose. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you good boy. Rappy, I ordered stuff for my floor. It will be delivered sometime tomorrow. What'd you get, Rappy? What do you mean you got something for the floor? Like a rug? A slip and slide? It's a slip and slide, isn't it? I figured. Stoner, I'll compromise the CCP can build factories here if we can delete pedophiles. Yes, Stoner. Well, that's a hard bargain. I don't know. That's a tough one. Deleting pedophiles is pretty, has a lot of value to it. It's hard to say. Era 16 Clout is being stealthy. A little bit. He's in this Klaus bowl here. Yes. He's probably trying to stay warm. It's kind of cool in here. Have to close the slider. Jay Tyler, happy freedom to you. We Maga should line them up and arrest them. Oh, man, the Democrats hear about that, they'd be arresting us. We got to wait till President Trump gets in office, and then President Trump be like, if you know where they are, go get them. We'd be out there just doing the thing. Happy freedom, Rappy. Stoner, you're killing me. I'll compromise. Shapeshifters can poop in women's restrooms if we can delete pedophiles. I don't want the shapeshifters in the girls' bathrooms. I don't want pedophiles either. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. If they go into the bathrooms, can we just consider them pedophiles? Because then it's a win-win. It's like a booby trap. You can go in there if you want to, but you come out, that'll be the last room you ever go in. Mm-hmm. Resistance, happy freedom to you. It's not Saturday, otherwise I'd read that out loud about that lady wiener. That's not a real thing. Energy Woman, I agree. CCP is in place. Yeah, I think they were sent here strategically. Viola, especially produce. Yeah, having cashiers handling produce while they're at the end of their shift and they hate their life. Yeah, exactly. What's up, U-Town? Happy freedom to you. Thank you so much, Southern Eagleman, for gifting a sub over on Twitch. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. You are awesome. U-Town, thanks for nothing, Joe Biden and the Democrats. Bunch of worthless traitors. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. What's up, Daniel? Happy freedom. Dental, thrift stores, yard sales, eBay, lot auctions. Sometimes people don't know what they have and they just want to unload it. Same with coin. What is that? Coin lots? Interesting. I never even thought about that. I do got a couple coins that I have saved just in case they're worth money. That's a good idea, Dental. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I gotta get some super treasure hunts somehow. Mushrooms. Someone's probably picking through them when they drop them. Never found a treasure hunt? Yeah, mushroom. And that's what I think is happening. I used to get Pokemon cards a little bit more regularly when I was working in the factory. And after a while, I just couldn't get them anymore. I'd go to the store and they'd just be out. And I eventually found out that there's scalpers. People that live in the area and they sell the shit on eBay or whatever. So they show up on stock day and buy the entire box of Pokemon cards. And now they're doing the same thing with the Hot Wheels. They pick through them and then just leave the scraps. Wayward. Trump brought us together. Biden showed us who was real and in it until the end. Yeah, Wayward. Yep. Hair juicer. No, make the ones you have rare. Buy them all and then burn them. Yeah, hair juicer. I don't like to kick over people's sandcastle to make mine look taller. But, you know, we're going to have to do something around here, hair juicer. You got to turn things around. Just saying. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom to you. Too old to care. I bet shapeshifters stink. Considering open wound and all. Yeah, too old to care. I believe you. I think they probably do too. We had a video that we played a few months ago with a shapeshifter that is post-surgery. And they were talking about how they're actually going to die at a young age. They're only going to live to be like 40 or 45 because of the infections that are happening from their open wound. The wound doesn't heal. They have to constantly take medicine. They constantly have infections and other problems. And because of these problems, this person is expecting to die before getting to 50. And that's just on that specific case. Them is a whole branch of people. They have like a 70% self-deletion rate. So even if you do successfully go through the surgery and somehow try to live a happy life, you ain't going to, because 70% of those people smoke themselves. It's a miserable thing. There's no reason any of this should be pushed onto anybody, let alone kids. Yep, that shapeshifter stuff is no good. Like I said, we're going to get into this next video here. This is Montana lawmakers failing women. It's titled, Montana lawmakers narrowly vote down bathroom ban for shapeshifting representative.
Helena,
and this woman kind of looks like Jill Handler, but either way, hit that thumbs up button over on Rumble and let's get this rolling.
Helena, the transgender bathroom debate goes up for a vote at the state capitol, with Montana House Republicans setting a different tone than those in Washington, D.C. Here's Kylie Gibson.
In a 10-12 vote in the Joint Rules Committee today, members of the House voted narrowly against prohibiting second-term Missoula Representative Zoe Zephyr from using the women's restrooms between the House and Senate chambers at the state capitol. Zephyr is Montana's first transgender woman to serve in the state legislature, and previous accommodations allowed legislators to lock the bathroom if they had any concerns. While Democrats were united in opposing the ban, Republicans were split on today's vote, with some arguing previous policies were insufficient and this protects women, and others disagreeing and calling the proposed ban an unnecessary distraction.
This particular action will have the effect of making people famous in the national news and will not contribute to the effective conduct of our business.
I know multiple legislators, women, who would not use that bathroom. They would go all the way across the Capitol building down to the bullpen to use that bathroom rather than using the one right outside the House and Senate chambers.
The decision comes just weeks after House Republican leadership on Capitol Hill have stated their intent to bar transgender women from using women's restrooms, as Representative-elect Sarah McBride of Delaware is set to become the first openly transgender member of Congress in American history. We'll continue our legislative coverage, sharing the latest updates. In studio, Kylie Gibson, NBC Montana.
All right, thanks, Kylie. Zephyr responded to the vote on the social media platform X, saying she's happy the ban failed while sharing gratitude toward her colleagues and stating, "I'm ready to represent my constituents and look forward to working on behalf of Montana."
I can't believe those people voted that individual in. And then they turn around and voted for that individual to use girls' bathrooms. They must just like bad stuff to happen in Montana. I've never been to Montana. Probably won't go there now. But they must just like that stuff, right? Rape cases, children being hurt by pedophiles, stuff like that. They're like, oh, that's great. That's great. Give that guy an award. They must. Because they're just letting dudes be in girls' bathrooms. They like pedophiles. They like predators. They're about that life. Otherwise, they wouldn't have just voted for it. Bunch of animals over there. I don't know. Shit's not good in Montana. I know that. They need to do something. They need to vote those people out. That's what they should do. If they're going to be voting to have predators using women's bathrooms, they're shit wrong over there in Montana. Next up, we got Chad. I don't know what his name is. Chronister. Donald Trump's pick to run the DEA withdrew his name from consideration. And then following that, because I think we're going to play these back to back, the one after that is Trump mulls replacing Hegseth with DeSantis to run the Pentagon, says the Wall Street Journal. Now, that one's a little bit more speculation, but Hawley had also put out a video talking about that same subject. Both of those are coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about what's going on in Montana. Matt, I will never understand how women support this shit. I don't know either. Matt, I don't understand it. 10-man, mostly liberal women? Yeah. Well, yeah, I haven't seen any conservative women that were like, yeah, we want dudes in the bathroom. But the liberal women, I don't understand their thought process. Because liberals in general, they're just victims, right? They're victims of everything. Systematic racism and unfair treatment and not being included in random activities and things like that. They all think they're Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But then you talk about building a unsafe environment, letting dudes in places they ain't supposed to be, and then they're like, yeah, that's a good idea. So they're victims, but then they're also about causing situations that would cause more victimhood, which kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense if you think about how Democrats are. It's poor me, burn down my own house, and then poor me some more. And that's how they get down. So, I mean, it makes sense when you step back and look at it. They want to be victimized because then they got more to cry about. So they're just, sticking the fox right in the hen house and just waiting to start crying wolf and all that. It makes sense when you think about it like that. Breeze by you. They like the virtue signal and be victims. It's their MO. Yeah. Astro Hammer, even if he is tall and handsome and looks like Fabio, I haven't seen a shapeshifter that looks like that yet. They usually, I don't know, they look like guinea pigs and stuff. They're rough looking. I haven't seen a Fabio shapeshifter. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, though. I was thinking of that South Park episode. And it's got like Randy Man Savage or whatever. And he's like participating in women's sports. He's like talking all that shit. He's like, yeah, like doing all that. And the women athletes are like all afraid of him. That's what I think about every time we cover this kind of stuff. Zero, I don't support it either. I see a man in my bathroom, I'm screaming my head off. Yeah. I mean, we have separate bathrooms for a reason. We have separate everything for a reason. We just lost our way. And so now we're reverting back to a more primitive style of doing things. Astro Hammer, they will never stop coming up with ways to... Oh, I don't know if I can say this. I don't think I can say this. Never mind. Yeah, Astro Hammer, it's true, though. It's rough out here. Alistair, war on bathroom usage. How the fuck did we get here? Jeebus Christmas. Can't believe this is even a thing. Yeah, Alistair, and it's happening all over. Because it's not like that's just happening in Montana, but we're like in the middle of doing the same thing for Capitol Hill in general. You know, like Mike Johnson came out and was like, dudes are going to use dudes' bathrooms and women are going to use women's bathrooms. And that's it. And he came out and said, he was like, there's nothing you can do to switch teams. You're on the team that God gave you, and that's it. That's all there is to it. But, like, this needs to happen on Capitol Hill. We got to deal with this shit. Like, it's stupid. Can't help the people in North Carolina, but let's do votes on what bathroom to use. Stupid. So stupid. Hair juicer, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what this FTM stuff is. I have questions, hair juicer. Knowing you, I don't know if I should ask those damn questions, but I wonder. Breeze by you, not sure that mentally ill people should be involved in running the government. Yeah, I agree, Breeze by you. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. Let's take people who can't figure out what bathroom to use and let's have them control the country. Like, who thinks that's a good idea? Yes, this shit right here. I love this. I'm the best. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm surprised that that stuff hasn't been taken down. It's offensive. Tom, I'm not here to talk about my transition. Zero. Heading on Newsmax, vasectomies have gone up 1,200% post-Trump win. They're not procreating. Yay. Yeah, Zero, I saw that. There was a big push a year or two ago that was doing the same thing. They were like, if your boyfriend won't go get a vasectomy, then he doesn't love you. And that was like a big thing that was going across TikTok and stuff. I don't know. Liberals, they'll do what they're doing. Hair juicer, you actually know shapeshifters? I've seen a shapeshifter. I've never met one though. I don't know how that conversation would go. Probably not good. Yeah, normal times, you're exactly right. If I say that though, Twitch is going to suspend me again. Patriot Dad, one of my good friends moved to Montana to get away from that garbage. I am sorry to hear that, Patriot Dad. It sounds like Montana's, they're going under. Normal times, the symptoms of a sick society are obvious. They are, if you're not a part of the lost ones. Pumpkin, Montana's a beautiful state. I have relatives there. No way would they want this. They just voted for it. They said it was a narrow vote, though, so, I mean, it's not like it's Portland, but whoever's voting for that stuff, they need to get those people out immediately. Libby Racer, that's a handsome gal. Oh. Like Whoopi Goldberg. No. Handsome girls? My balls contract so bad it hurts. I don't know what to say to that. My Audi almost became an innie just thinking about that. Holy. Stoner, if it bleeds, we can kill it. I can't say anything to that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Pumpkin, Montana was confused for sure. I don't know. They're going to be confused. Yeah, Patriot Dad, you're right. You're right. Pumpkin, ew. Yeah, I know. Impulsive, why is Trump waving a Canadian flag in Switzerland? Does he know where the picture is taken? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about, Impulsive. I haven't seen that. But maybe you don't realize that they're talking about making Canada the 51st state. Southern Eagleman, anything that's first edition or last edition or collector deals. Happy freedom. Happy freedom to you, Southern Eagleman. Thank you for letting me know. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. Where you been? What do you mean? I've been here. We were late today, but we've been live. The only time we ain't been live on Twitch is when we had that suspension, which I don't even know how long it lasted. At first they said it was going to be 30 days. Then they said it was going to be 2 weeks, and I don't really know how long it lasted. What is happening over on YouTube? Ah, man. I think we're being attacked on YouTube. I keep saying that my chat is disconnecting and reconnecting. I think we're being monitored by employees. If that's what you want to call those fucking people. Wayward, some of my bud tenders are shapeshifters. One supports Trump. That's interesting, Wayward. I don't know where you guys are seeing these shapeshifters. I swear I've seen one, but I can't remember where. I think the trauma erased it from my brain. I've never talked to one, though. And I just feel like I would say all the obvious things. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, I think that's where I would start. That's where the conversation would start, is right there. Did your mom not hug you enough? I didn't have a mom or a fucking dad when I grew up, and I still didn't put a dress on and start using the women's bathroom. What exactly is wrong with you? That's I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that shit. You got to be messed up to go and do that stuff. You know, that just like the dudes in women's sports, and they're like all happy they got a gold medal. What the fuck do you think was going to happen? You thought you were going to lose? Like, how can you be proud of that? It just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, next up we got Chad Chronister. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but that's how I'm going to say it. It's Donald Trump's pick to run the DEA, but he withdrew his name from consideration. It's coming up next, but first I want to remind you guys really quick. If you hooligans have children in your life, I want you to check out these books titled A Dog Named Cappy. A Dog Named Cappy comes in a rhyming book, but you can also get it in a Christmas activity and coloring book. Oh, let me throw my chapstick. For kids that enjoy using crayons and markers and being creative. A Dog Named Cappy rhyming book is available in paperback, or you can get it on Kindle, and you can get the Christmas activity and coloring book available on Amazon. If you hooligans do purchase these books, please leave reviews on Amazon and then also follow them on their X page as a way to stay up to date with new books coming out, as well as helping them grow. Cappy is a real dog who lives here in Michigan with the illustrator's grandmother, and it would really mean a lot to them if you hooligans would go check out their books. So give me a second here. We're going to drop these links really quick so you guys can check out A Dog Named Cappy. This first one here is for the paperback version, like I have, with fantastic pictures and all of that, and I'm sure your kids will love. What's up, Tom? Happy Freedom. What's up, Lefty Lucy? Let's see here. Bam. So there is the paperback version. This next one here is on Kindle. Now, I think that deal is over. I don't think it's... I guess I'm muted. Wow, I wonder how long I've been muted. Thank you for letting me know. Alistair, you were the first one I saw. Either way, hopefully you guys heard me talking about A Dog Named Cappy. Now I don't really know, but either way, I'm dropping the links. So if you don't know about A Dog Named Cappy, you got to go figure it out. I'll read it again here in a second because that's what I'm paid to do. Once again, if you hooligans didn't hear me, if you hooligans have children in your life, I want you to check out these books titled A Dog Named Cappy. A Dog Named Cappy comes in a rhyming book, but you can also get it in a Christmas activity and coloring book for kids that enjoy using crayons or markers and being creative. A Dog Named Cappy rhyming book is available in paperback, or you can get it on Kindle. And then if you would like to get the Christmas activity and coloring book, it is available on Amazon. If you hooligans do purchase these books, please leave reviews on Amazon and then also follow them on their X page as a way to stay up to date with new books coming out, as well as helping them grow. Cappy is a real dog who lives here in Michigan with the illustrator's grandmother, and it would really mean a lot to them if you hooligans would check out their books. So I just posted the link for the paperback version as well as the Kindle version And then I did post the Christmas coloring and activity book. So definitely go check that stuff out. This next link here is for their X page. So definitely go follow them on X, because their X page is brand new. Bam, there we go. I think that's that. So definitely go check out A Dog Named Cappy. Like I said, we're going to get into this next video here, if I could find it. Chad Chronister, Donald Trump's pick to run the DEA, withdrew his name from consideration. We're going to play this video, and I think we're going to play the next one because they're kind of the same subject stuff back to back. But either way, let's get this first one rolling here. Now, I don't know anything about Chad, but it doesn't look like he's going to take the job. All right, hooligans, hit that thumbs up button over on Rumble, and let's get this rolling.
Chad Chronister, President-elect Donald Trump's pick to run the DEA, has withdrawn his name from consideration. Chronister, who is the sheriff in Hillsborough County, Florida, called the nomination the honor of a lifetime. He is the second person selected by the president-elect to withdraw from a nomination. Former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz withdrew his name from the Attorney General position following controversy over a federal sex trafficking investigation.
Okay, like I said, we're going to play this video and the next one back to back. That first one there is Chad Chronister. He's stepping aside, doesn't want the job. This next one here is Trump mulls replacing Hegseth with DeSantis to run the Pentagon, says the Wall Street Journal. Now, this video sounds a lot like speculation. It sounds like wishful thinking more than anything else. Now, we've been covering follow-up after follow-up with Pete Hegseth. At first, they were trying to say that he paid off some woman, and they thought it was a sexual assault situation or something like that. And then they had an email from Hegseth's mom claiming that he mistreats women and all this. It's like one thing after another. They were claiming that his tattoos on his chest with the Iron Cross, his White Supreme Pizza symbols, and one thing after another. So this video, they're making claims that Hegseth may not be the guy and that President Trump's going to replace him with DeSantis. Now, I don't think that's actually going to happen. And like I said, this seems like speculation. But Josh Hawley has a video that's floating around right now where he's saying that Pete Hegseth is canceling meetings that he should be attending if he's going to be picking up this new title and whatnot. So it seems like maybe they're seeing the symptoms that Pete Hegseth is going to drop out and that they're going to hand it over to DeSantis. But like I said, a lot of this seems like speculation, so we're just going to take this as a grain of salt. Hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get this rolling.
U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is considering dropping Pete Hegseth as his pick to lead the Pentagon and choosing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in his place. That's according to the Wall Street Journal on Tuesday, citing people familiar with the discussions. Hegseth would need the support of Senate Republicans to win confirmation to the post, but the choice of Hegseth has run into trouble on Capitol Hill over allegations about his personal and professional life. The Journal reported that Trump allies increasingly think Hegseth may not survive further scrutiny. The Trump Transition Office and DeSantis' office did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The Journal reported that DeSantis was on an earlier list of potential defense secretary candidates. He served in the Navy's legal branch, the Judge Advocate General Corps, from 2004 to 2010.
Fight!
Should Hegseth's nomination fall apart, the Journal cited sources saying Trump could still decide not to choose DeSantis and tap someone else for the post instead.
Now, like I said, I don't think DeSantis is going to leave Florida to go work for President Trump on Capitol Hill. That would be quite the promotion there, but I just don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. And the way they word everything in that video just sounds like wishful thinking. It doesn't sound like they actually know anything. Pete Hegseth is catching all this blowback, and maybe he's struggling with it. I don't know, but he's getting a lot of publicity off of it. So I don't know if that video is true or not. And that's why we're going to take it as a grain of salt. Until we see President Trump actually say something one way or another about this, this is just kind of like rumors going around, and we're just paying attention. That way we can see what happens next. On this next video, it's titled United Healthcare Executive Killed in Manhattan in Targeted Attack. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Pete Hegseth potentially dropping out, DeSantis taking his place, as well as Chad Chronister backing out from running the DEA. What's up, Josh D? Happy Freedom. Fuck him. Fuck Florida. I think DeSantis does good by Florida, whether he wears high heels or not. But I don't think he's going to leave Florida to go work on Capitol Hill. I just don't think so. Zero Ron needs to stay in Florida. He's doing a great job. I think he's doing a pretty good job too. And I don't think Floridians would feel good about DeSantis leaving being governor to go work on Capitol Hill when they voted for him to do a full term. They didn't vote for him to just do a year or two and then go work on Capitol Hill. I think that pissed a lot of Floridians off, but we'll see. We're just paying attention to what's going on. And like I said, nothing's official until President Trump says it. Over on the website, Alistair's talking about making a hooligan coloring book. I think it's a good idea. Astro Hammer, at least Jeff Mack wasn't getting all upset spitting truths while he was muted. No, but it happens. It happens. Sometimes I'm going off, and then I realize it's just Klaus Daniels listening to me. Alistair, it happened while I was typing links. I wonder what I did to mess that up. Sometimes I think it happens when I change scenes. When I flip the screens around. Hair juicer, children love cranes. Hair juicer, I don't know. You want me to say it like a Canadian? Like Canadians say crayons. I feel weird when I say it. I gotta like grip my nuggets. Crayons and markers. When is the voice chat? What is today? Is Wednesday? On Friday, Hair juicer, I want to hear you say crayons. I want to hear how you say it. I'm gonna try and say it the way you do. Crayons. I can't do it. It sounds. You gotta have like a huge underbite when you say it. I don't know. Pumpkin, maybe Pete Hegseth is having second thoughts. Could be. Told to carry skeletons in the closet and threats on loved ones, maybe. Yeah, it could be. Maybe he does have something to hide. And with the digging that's been going on, maybe he's ready to call it quits. Resistance crayons. I can't do it. They're crayons. They're crayons. It's like ramen noodles. We had a big debate over the ramen noodles. Those are Raymond's noodles. Peyton, slick up there in Petoskey, Michigan. Oh, I bet. It is a winter wasteland outside right now. Stoner, I'm okay with using the women's bathroom because the wiener don't work. But not all shapeshifters are the same. Ugh, that sounds like I'm advocating for them. They're not the same. They have no, like, qualifications. Like, if I just went and put on Klaus's dress, I'm a shapeshifter for the rest of the day. That's really all it takes. And that's the problem. It'd be different if they had to be mandated, right? You got to turn your wiener into a Hot Pocket or else we're not going to let you use the bathroom. That'd be something else. But wearing the wrong clothing is all it takes to really get into the women's bathroom. That's unfortunate. Hi-to. I always say ramen, not ramen. Yeah, that's what everybody was telling me. Those are ramen noodles. Ramen. I ain't never met nobody named Ramen. His name is Raymond. His noodles are all right. Look at you hooligans saying the ramen noodles wrong. I can't believe all of you guys are saying it wrong. That's crazy. That's crazy. You see this shit, Klaus? Klaus Daniels. Wake that booty up. Show's not over yet. I'm trying, Viola. Trying the best I can. What's up, Karma? Happy freedom to you. Rich, one commercial after another. Yeah, I think Twitch is a little rough with the commercials. If you have Amazon Prime, I think you can join the membership program for free, and then you won't have to watch the ads. I've been wondering, is that how it is on Rumble too? If you're part of the membership program over on Rumble, do you still got to watch ads? Because I know if you pay for Rumble Premium, which is like just getting a membership through Rumble itself, I think if you have Rumble Premium, you don't have to watch the ads. But I was wondering if it was like that for each channel, because that's a good idea. I think that it would make people happy if they became memberships on a channel on Rumble and then no longer had to watch the ads. Because I don't even know if we get ad revenue on Rumble. The fucking analytics on Rumble is rough to look at. But I've been wondering that. What's up, Cheeky Chops? All right, I think we are good to get on to the next one here. Let's see. Oh, yes. United Healthcare executive killed in Manhattan in targeted attack. It's an interesting situation. I wonder if they figured anything else about it. I didn't realize until, I don't know, I think it was Zero that told me that they were being investigated for potential insider trading and who knows what else. But either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble and let's get into this.
Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Health's insurance unit, was fatally shot in the chest on Wednesday outside a hotel in New York. Police said the shooting happened in front of the Hilton in Midtown Manhattan, and Thompson was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital.
In Midtown Manhattan early this morning, 50-year-old Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot and killed in what appears, at this early stage of our investigation, to be a brazen, targeted attack. This does not appear to be a random act of violence. Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target.
Police were still searching for the suspect, who fled on foot wearing a black face mask and a gray backpack. United Health Group was hosting a scheduled investor event at the hotel on Wednesday. But Chief Executive Andrew Whitty took the stage about 1 hour after its start to announce it was canceling the remainder of the program. Thompson was named CEO of United Healthcare's insurance unit in April 2021, after working at the company since 2004 in several departments. According to the company's website, United Healthcare did not respond to a request for comment.
Well, like I've been telling you guys, I don't know much about this individual. Never heard of him until he was shot and killed in Manhattan. But you guys have been learning me on it. Apparently they run insurance. Not that I have health insurance or anything like that. But targeted attack. I wonder who went after him and why. I wonder if it was related to the potential insider trading they were doing. Or if it's something else. Maybe he was trying to bring something to light that people didn't want. And they took him out. I don't know. Who knows if we'll even hear any more about it. Like I said, the Cash App guy was very much the same way. I don't know if he was the creator or I don't know. He was like one of the guys in charge and he got smoked in the street and then you didn't hear anything else about it. And they're just like, oh, well. So we'll see if there's a follow up with it, but it's hard to say with the way things go around here. Next up, Jose Ibarra asks for a new trial in UGA murder. We're just going to go ahead and get into this because we did quite a bit of talking about the United Healthcare CEO earlier in the live. Of course, we will be talking about it again here shortly, but why not? This video here, once again, is Jose Ibarra, Laken Riley's murderer, asked for a new trial in UGA murder.
We begin tonight with breaking news in Athens. Convicted killer Jose Ibarra wants a new trial. Ibarra is serving a life sentence for killing nursing student Laken Riley on UGA's campus in February of this year. A new court filing claims the verdict is contrary to law and the evidence without offering any specifics.
The court document also says the court committed, quote, other errors of the law that necessitate a new trial. Fox 5 reached out to Ibarra's public defender to ask what errors the filing is referring to. We have not heard back.
I still can't believe that. I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours trying to digest that. Just, I don't understand. The guy's here illegally. He kidnaps, tries to rape, and kills this woman brutally. Like, it's brutal. Like, they have recordings. They have Laken Riley's smartwatch, and they can watch her heartbeat stop. Like, it's brutal what happened to her. And then this piece of shit thinks he's going to get another trial, and they claim it's because the court made errors in the case somehow. And then they can't even tell you how. They're just like, by the way, you made some errors. We need a new trial. And they don't even state what the errors are. It doesn't make any sense to me. As an American, you have the right to a fair trial. You have the right to legal representation. But those aren't God-given rights. Those are American citizen rights. So I don't understand how this guy's getting so many chances when he's here illegally. Now, they say you can't just smoke him and all this other stuff because he has God-given rights and whatever. But this court stuff, this is nonsense. This shouldn't be going on. This is a mockery. This is bullshit. Bad stuff is going to end up happening to him over this if that wasn't already in line. Like I was saying before, he's going to end up in prison. And he's going to be with other border crossers. And he's probably going to be fine because his little buddies and stuff that are already locked up, they like this stuff. They think this makes you cool. So when he gets inside, he's probably going to be looked at like a big shot to his own people. American prisoners ain't going to feel that way at all. They're going to be trying to get at him. And the COs know that. So the COs aren't going to put him with regular American prisoners. They're going to stick him in a cell with his own kind, where they're going to celebrate the things that he did. And so now they're talking about giving him another trial. For what? For what? The only thing he didn't get that he should have got was the death penalty. That's it. Otherwise, life in prison seems about the best that he's going to get. I don't know. Pisses me off to think about it. And we got 25 million more illegals here. They're going to get shots like that. They're going to get retrials and shit. I don't know. It's awful. Shouldn't be this way. Next up, we got Alina Habba herself. It's titled, Biden Will Pardon Himself. Now, this is Alina Habba talking about what she thinks about Joe pardoning Hunter Biden and all of that. Now, I saved this for the last because I knew that last one was going to piss everybody off. So we're going to end the news with Alina Habba, but we got two funny videos coming up after that. Now, before we get into any of this, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about that piece of shit, Jose Ibarra, as well as what happened to the United Healthcare CEO who was gunned down in Manhattan. Zero on X did a 3-minute video of everything with that dude getting shot. I'll find it and tag you. It's very informative. She does good work. Thank you for letting me know, Zero. Russell, yeah, I completely agree. I can't believe he's getting a mistrial. I didn't like the fact that he was just getting life. You know, I mean, yeah, accountability is good and he deserves it. But we're going to pay for him to live in our prisons for life? Why? He shouldn't even be here. You can't kick him out yet because he'll just come back. And kicking him out ain't really punishment. So it seems like there's only one real good answer here. I don't know why everybody's looking the other way, though. Breeze by you. Why is this illegal still breathing? Such a waste of our money on this. Yeah, I agree. I can't say what I really want to say. But it's real justice. I'll tell you that. I can't say what I want to, but I want to say it real bad. Russell, a mob hit? You think that's who went after the healthcare CEO? See, I don't know enough about him. It's hard for me to really form an opinion. I mean, with everything Hair Juicer was telling me and what some of you other hooligans have been saying, I mean, it does sound like it was a hit, but why? Why go through so much effort for somebody like that? Zero, I pay for the Badlands membership and still see ads. Oh, interesting. I see. I didn't realize that. Thank you for letting me know, Zero. Alistair, Rumble Premium is ad free. Yeah. So if you buy for a membership through Rumble, like directly through Rumble, then you don't have to see the ads. I see. Here, Juicer, we're really going to have this fight? You know it's ramen. You know those ain't ramen noodles. You ain't never met nobody named Ramen. It's Ramen's noodles. He does all right. You know, he makes them the best he can. I believe in it. Thank you, Zero. I'll check it out after the live. Yeah, Josh D. 100%. 100%. Thank you, Rappy. I appreciate you being here. Libby Racer, it happened in a gun-free zone. You're right. You're right. We need to do away with gun-free zones. We need to turn every gun-free zone into a concealed carry zone. That's what they need to do. They need to just change the signs to say people are here and they're armed, but they're going undetected. That's what they need. They need signs for concealed carry zones, and just get rid of gun-free zones. They're unconstitutional. I don't even know how they even allowed that shit in the first place. Sorry, your rights stop at the doors of this building. That doesn't make any kind of sense. Haito, Constitution carry, as it says in the Constitution. Absolutely, Haito. There's been a couple times President Trump has referenced doing Constitution carry for the nation, and that would be badass. I actually got to renew my concealed carry here before it expires in the next couple months. But it would be badass if President Trump would just do Constitution carry nationwide. And there, if you could buy a gun, you can conceal it. Stoner, I'm okay with Joe pardoning himself if we can delete pedophiles. Yeah, Stoner, since we're already here, I think so. I'm willing to negotiate on that. That sounds about right. Jay Tyler, we need to bring back the guillotine. We need to do it in public square, too. Hey, thank you for being here, David. Be safe out there. Libby Racer, set him down in the electric chair. Yep. What you cooking? Border crossers? They're like, oh, damn. Damn, President Trump win the election? I ain't seen accountability in about 4 years. Yep. Normal times. How could this happen in New York City? They have the strictest gun laws in the nation. Oh, I thought Chicago had the strictest gun. Well, actually, I thought California had the strictest gun laws. But yeah, exactly. All them damn gun laws, and CEO shot down. In charge of a multi-million-dollar company. Just shot down right there in New York. It's terrible. Resistance, did he refuse to cover shapeshifter surgeries? I don't know. I mean, I doubt it, but I don't know. Stoner, I like to add spaghetti sauce to my ramen noodles. Isn't that just spaghetti at that point? What is the difference between ramen noodles and spaghetti pasta? Whatever that shit's called. Can you guys tell I've never made spaghetti in my life? Now you know. Now you know. All the Italians are going to come for me now. They're going to be like, hold up, buddy. You're a third Italian and you don't know how to make pasta? I know. I just disappoint everybody. It's what I do. It's what I do. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. Haito, I live in a Constitution carry state, so no permit needed. That's badass. They keep bringing it up here in Michigan, but it never passes. Toy Mafia. Oh, he needs a new trial. Yeah, he needs a new trial, all right. Hold a trial for him up at the farm. Just got to take him up to the farm. He'll be all right. Mr. Coffee denied a family member medical care. I I don't know. By the way he was gunned down in the street, I don't think it was a family member that got him, but I could be wrong. I don't know enough about him. I do not know. Alistair, no. Ramen is rice noodles. Pasta's flour based. I didn't realize that ramen noodles were made out of rice. I'm learning all kinds of stuff today. I'm learning all kinds of stuff. You guys make me a smarter hooligan. You know that? The hell is that, Alistair or Astral Hammer? What does it do? What does it do? Y'all seen one of these? What does it say? It says safety or fire. Does it shoot projectiles? I mean, it looks like it does, but I can't assume it's gender. Breeze by you, maybe the insurance dude had something on Killary? Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. Pretty sure. He was papping that schmear. Didn't like what he found. He had to be deleted. Next up, like I said, we got Alina Habba Habba. Biden will pardon himself. Now, obviously, this is Alina Habba's thoughts on the whole Joe Biden pardon, Hunter Biden situation. Hit that thumbs up over on Rumble, and let's get into this.
Senior advisor and legal spokesman for Donald Trump, Alina Habba. All right, so Alina, look, you were with Donald Trump during all these legal battles. If he sneezed, he was getting a subpoena. This should go forward.
Well, first of all, good for you. Kudos to you for calling it out, number one. Number two, how about the fact that the people themselves didn't know? So you're telling me they were using identities of other people to have donations funneled through by the DNC. Listen, they tried to suppress it. And meanwhile, if it was a Trump story, they would have ridiculed us and said, how dare you? You must have something to hide. No, that's the legal process. But more importantly is now they've said today, OK, we're allowed to see what you have. You have to turn over documents. We get to see the donor list. We get to see what was going on there. How do individuals not know that money in their name, quote unquote, is being funneled to the Democrat Party? It should never happen.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy. So I want to get to this Hunter Biden pardon because it's a lot more complicated than just a couple of things. Chuck Schumer today, and we have this soundbite. Chuck Schumer today was asked about this. Roll this real quick. We got it.
Questions? Yes.
Do you agree with some of your Democrat colleagues who say that President Biden's pardon of Hunter Biden was wrong or unwise and puts personal interest ahead of duty?
I got nothing for you on that.
Can I follow up on that? Are you concerned with the lack of transparency, lack of honesty around Biden's decision to pardon?
As I said, I got nothing for you on that. Nope. I'm going to say
that pardoning anyone on the way out of office, family members, sets a poor precedent.
Thank you. I've got nothing for you on that.
But the question is, they talked about January 6th pardons. This is a playbook for incoming President Trump. Isn't this a problem? Did he not establish a bad precedent for pardons?
I got nothing for you on that.
I got nothing for you on that.
I got nothing for you on that. Could you imagine if I did a press conference and somebody asked me a question and goes, sorry, America, I got nothing for you on that? I mean, what could speak louder than that? He's basically saying, I don't agree with it. We're all completely blindsided by it. We had KJP telling us time and time again, there's some great memes out there right now, saying, I've answered this before, Peter Doocy. We are not going to do. We're not. Hunter Biden will not be pardoned. Well, guess what they did? They didn't just pardon him. And here's the critical part, Carl. They didn't just pardon him. They pardoned him for 11 years of activity that, in effect, hides the ability for them to look at what Joe did during that time. And we know that there's evidence there. We know we've seen checks. We know we've seen references to the big man. So really what he did was not just pardon Hunter. He hid his own acts. And that's really critical. Never mind the fact that they lied to the American people up to the election, and then after the election was over, did exactly what I've been saying they're going to do. And by the way, mark my words, this ain't it. There will be other family members pardoned too.
Right, but the other thing, the other side of this is, one, Hunter Biden, because he's been pardoned, he no longer has a Fifth Amendment right because there's no self-incrimination anymore. Right. So let's say they do haul, the Republicans or the DOJ do haul him into court, and they question him and he doesn't is it obstruction of justice? Can he be charged in a new matter for that?
Well, of course. And the truth is you do lose those rights, right? So the whole point of the Fifth Amendment is self-incrimination. Well, now you know that if they're asking about acts in those periods of time, he will not be incriminating himself. Now, that's why I believe there will be more pardons coming related to these acts, because I believe that he will testify and those people will already be pardoned because Joe knows what he did, Joe knows what Hunter did, and more importantly, Jill knows, which is why I think this was all done.
Well, I think you're right on that. But here's the thing is like one of the special counsels is like, whoa, we're not dismissing these charges right now. And I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, so I read the verbatim, and like John Adams said, should the laws become so arduous, they become irrelevant. I read the law. It's pardon for crimes, not investigations, not things that haven't happened yet. The only instance we have, which was never challenged, was Nixon and Ford after Watergate. So is there a possibility that we see a challenge to the powers of a presidential pardon for this?
Well, I think they already have challenged it, but I don't see that that's going to be very fruitful. The pardoning powers of the president are important. They are a right. All presidents.
But for things that haven't happened or we don't know about?
Well, here's the strange thing. He made it for things that may or may not have already been charged. Right. That's why this is the broadest we've ever seen it. I am telling you, we will have more transparency when we see who else he pardons and why. And I have zero doubt that he will probably pardon himself.
So, and a lot of the Republicans are worried, and myself included, saying, well, this is going to be it. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, yeah, so after the murder happens, should we not go after him because the person's already dead? I mean, that's the kind of the logic.
Well, there's also another challenge, which is that there's outstanding subpoenas right now that Hunter Biden has not given his information that was requested. We have subpoenas out of Congress that we're waiting on information. We demanded information. The American people wanted to see what actually took place because it would affect so many other people, including possibly the President of the United States. And the real question is, and this is another challenge that's happening, can we get those documents despite the fact that he has been pardoned? In my opinion, we should. It's part of an ongoing investigation. Now, he's already pardoned, so there should be no reason not to turn it over.
You know, that's actually the biggest point, and I got a little over a minute left here, and I know we're solving all the world's problems in 6 minutes. But you know, let's say that he how do you find out if he misuses power? Like, if it's found out through these documents that they may or may not get that Joe pardoned him to save his own tail, is there a ground for saying, hold up, this is an entirely misuse of power?
This is uncharted territory, I think, for sure. But actually, I do believe the president has the ability to do this, in my opinion. I think the president, and this is not a Joe Biden thing, I think all presidents have an absolute right to pardon. I think that they actually do, I believe, have the right to pardon themselves. President Trump at the time said, I'm not doing that because I've done nothing that warrants it, and actually didn't pardon himself. Now, imagine, you wouldn't have me sitting here if he had done that, right? But he didn't do it. Now, I'm telling you, I think he can, and I think he will pardon himself.
It's going to be gangster either way.
Yeah.
Alina Habba, appreciate it.
Thank you.
He loved. Well, that's Alina Habba giving her opinion on what's going on with the Biden crime family. But we've been talking about it pretty much all week, I think. Was it Wednesday? Saying the same thing. It goes back to 2014, which I'm still learning about all the Burisma stuff because I don't know anything about it. But that's how far back the pardon goes. And everyone's been saying he ain't just pardoning Hunter, he's pardoning himself. Even Alina Habba is saying it now. Now, I don't think there's anything that can be done about it because I'm pretty sure there's not a whole lot of guidelines to the pardoning stuff. So now that he's pardoned Hunter, that's just that. That's what it seems like. I think it was yesterday we covered James Comer and Jim Jordan, and Sean Hannity was saying the same thing. He's like, is this it? Is there no more investigating and, you know, trying to hold them accountable? And they both gave huge word salads that just basically like, well, we're going to wait and see what President Trump does. Well, what do you think President Trump's going to do? You guys had 4 years. You're telling all of us that you're going to hold the Bidens accountable, and then they just got pardoned. And so it just doesn't seem like they're going to be held accountable at all. They will be when it comes time to kick the bucket. Everyone's got to answer to God. I'd like to see a little bit more accountability than that, but you know, what goes around comes around. They'll get theirs one way or another. That is the last little bit of the news I had for you hooligans today. But next up, we got two funny videos First one's titled, "Is this really what it's like having two dogs?" And then our official funny video of the day is titled, "Be careful, Bambi Al-Qaeda can get you anywhere." All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Alina Haba Haba and everything she was saying about the pardons. 10-man, pardons only apply to federal charges, not state charges, I believe. Interesting, 10-man. So I wonder if they can try and work. See, I don't know, because most of his crimes I think were committed overseas. It's hard to say. I feel like if they wanted to get him, they could, and they're just not. They're just letting this stuff slide. Breeze by you, just show Biden was an illegitimate president and the pardons are no good. Well, they could do that. That would be something. That would be something. I wonder what all that would unravel. Yeah, Zero. Yeah, I think you're right. Not until everything's over. Once it's over, you'll be good. Be good to go. What is this? Golden Eagle energy drinks. I have never heard of this. Have you hooligans seen this? I have never heard of this. Is it good stuff or is it just a meme? I need to stop drinking those monsters. I don't know why. They're like my go-to. If I'm just dead tired, I just drink those monsters. You can feel the poison in my veins. Like, it's like a burning feeling when you drink those monsters. I don't know. I got to get away from them. I'm going to end up having a heart attack. Russell Biden's so cooked. I know, he was sitting there sleeping today at that meeting. He pardons his crackhead son and takes a nap out in Angola or wherever he was. Russell, the neck of knowledge. I love Hava Hava. You're so funny, Russell. The neck of knowledge. That's right. Normal times, does the pardon actually count if a senile dad can't understand what he's signing? Yeah, because he's the ass in the seat. He's got that job title attached to it. MU ramen soup. No. I don't like my ramen noodles swimming. I don't like that. That's how my sister used to eat it when we were kids. Her noodles be swimming. I don't like it. Drinking grease water. Too old to care. Any dinner suggestions for this cold hump day? Grilled cheese and tomato soup. That's the first thing that popped in my little brain here. Now I can't eat tomato soup, but maybe you dig that stuff. MU, Joe's poop paintings? Nah. I wonder how much they're going for. Too much. Has anyone ever seen Hunter Biden's paintings? I've never even seen one. I only hear about them. Never actually seen one though. Too old to care. Smart and pretty. I can overlook the neck. I don't know. Hooligans are big fans of that long neck. High toe looks like a Nerf gun. Yeah, it's a less lethal. I don't even know if they call it a gun. They try to say it's not a firearm, and they said because of the way that pistol I showed you guys functions, it's considered more like an airsoft gun. They made them so everyone can own one. Hightail, you like your ramen tumbleweeds? Yeah, I do. I drain the noodles. It makes it easier to just eat what's in the bowl instead of fishing around. Resistance paintings were front for money laundering payments. Yeah, Resistance. I figured they would at least, drum up some paintings just to pretend, but I've never seen one. Breeze by you. How the hell can someone who's not fit to stand trial be fit to pardon anyone, let alone run a country? Yep, you're right, Breeze by you. That's what doesn't make any sense. unfit to stand trial, but he's going to run the country. And he's going to make other people immune from accountability too. Viola, drain the noodles and ketchup. No, I ain't doing ketchup on the ramen noodles. I ain't doing that. I don't even put hot sauce on my ramen noodles. I did when I was younger, but it's too much. It's too much. You'd be sitting there just crying. You got half a bowl of noodles left. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. You're like, I don't think I can finish it. We don't waste food in this house. Not at all. I grew up poor as shit. So if I make food and it sucks ass, there's me eating that food that sucks ass. That's just all there is to it. So I had to stop putting the hot sauce in the ramen noodles. It was making me cry. What's up, Contempt? Happy Freedom. Contempt, influence peddling is real, and they don't live by the same rules we do. You're right. Contempt, Red Bull gives you wings. Gold Eagle gives you freedom. Hell yeah. I want to know more about that Gold Eagle stuff. What's up, Larry? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, T. Lawton? Happy Freedom. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, Larry. I hope things start turning around. Tomato soup has a lot of potassium. I can't eat potato soup. I could eat potato soup. I can't have tomato soup because tomatoes make me throw up blood. And I hate that. It's not a fun experience. Butter the ramen noodles? Yeah, Crab Nebula. I don't do that either because I don't eat butter. I try not to. I do if I have to, but otherwise I don't eat butter. A little bit of garlic? Yeah, I season my ramen noodles. We ate a lot of ramen noodles when I was in jail. They call them cook-ups. Well, they do here. I guess they call them different things in other jails, but they call them cook-ups here. You take chips and cheese and random shit and throw it in your ramen noodles and whatnot. Now, when I was in jail, you had to put it in a bag and then tie the ends and then cook it with a shower, and it was a long, stupid story. I just do stovetop now. I know most of you guys be cooking in a microwave, nuking your guts out, but yeah. Throw a little seasoning on there, some gourmet noodles. Where were they lighting the Rockefeller tree tonight? Is that the tree that's in New York? Larry, Irish butter is the best. Stay away from margarine. What is Irish butter? I've never heard of that. If I do eat butter, I eat real butter, like Land O'Lakes or whatever. Astro Hammer, back in the day, we used to make ramen sandwiches. We even mixed in Cheez-Its in it sometimes. That sounds badass, Astro Hammer. I'm not against that. Especially you put that on like a Subway bun. It'd be just going off. If you read through the chats as we talk about ramen, you could tell who smokes weed and who don't. You can tell, okay? You could tell by the utilization of those ramen noodles. Alistair, when I'm dieting, I can't have butter. I'm doing the carnivore diet. They said eat butter, lots of butter. I was like, what the fuck? Then the scale says what's this? I love 12 pounds, so feel like I'm in heaven. Oh, you lost 12 pounds? I assume that's what it says. Lost 12 pounds. Is it my brother-in-law? No, it's not my brother-in-law. That means I'm married. My sister's husband was on the carnivore diet for a while, and he was doing it to relieve like arthritis pain or something. And he said he benefited from it a lot, but I guess he got off the diet. I asked them about it, and I don't remember if it was you, Alistair. Somebody was talking about the carnivore diet, and I said I'd ask my sister about it, and I did. But I guess he got off the diet because he didn't receive as many benefits as he thought he would. But the benefits he did get from being on that diet was worthwhile, but I guess it was just too hard to maintain that diet while cooking stuff for the whole family and whatever. But he was saying that he wanted to get back on it. Alistair, you lost 12 pounds in 3 weeks? It's badass. I was on the Factor meals or whatever, and I was eating like kind of vegetarian style for a while, but then I changed it over to keto, I think it is. I don't know. After I got everything regulated, I was eating meat and vegetables, and that's all I was eating. And I lost 25 pounds in a month by eating that way. I'd still eat that stuff right now. I just couldn't afford it. I almost overspent, and it almost killed the live. Like, I almost killed the live by ordering factor meals. And I realized I was like in the hole, and I was getting to a point where I couldn't pay bills, and I was like, holy fuck, I didn't know I was doing that. And so I had to cancel the meals, and now I'm all fat again. But life. Zero, your sister's husband is your brother-in-law. I know, but every time I say it, everyone thinks I'm married. Every time I say my brother-in-law, everyone's like, your wife's brother? No, I don't have a wife. I don't have those things. I am unowned. Hair juicer, fry my steak in butter and pour the gristle on my taters. Yeah, hair juicer. I mean, I'd eat it, but I couldn't watch that happen. That's the other thing is I do things in denial. Like, if I have mashed potatoes and they already got butter on it, like I'm being served, I'm just gonna eat that shit. But if I'm making the mashed potatoes, I am not putting butters on it. I am eating that shit dry. That's just how I get down. Eat it. I eat toast dry. Just like I don't even know what to say. I'm hardcore about it. Eating dry shit. Alistair dropped 20 pounds on V-Shred. What is V-Shred? I've never heard of that. Now I'm getting hungry. You hooligans getting hungry? Starving. Starving Marvin. Alistair, maybe Jeff Mack doesn't claim his sister's husband as his brother-in-law. It's not that. It's the misunderstandings. No, he's cool. He's real cool. Normal times my doctor complimented on my weight loss. I said, thank Joe Biden. Yeah, normal times. That Biden inflation makes food hard to come by. Stoner, it's butter with whiskey. Irish butter. I figured that's what it was. Stoner, I can't find the Hulk Hogan American beer. I can't find it either. Resistance, it's called a break here. You talking about cook-ups, cooking ramen noodles in jail? They call them a break? Interesting. I've never heard that. I've heard of other labels, although I can't think of a single one right now. I've never heard of a break, though. MU, Klaus thinks he owns you. You're not wrong. I'm Klaus's emotional support animal. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. Viola, yes, so hungry, looking at food. Yeah. Viola, I used to eat them dry with a little water on the side. Little ramen noodles goes a long way. What's up, Wiggly Tough? Happy freedom. Sounds like a prison recipe. Yeah. They do all kinds of stuff in prison. I was talking with some young 20-something-year-old last time I was in jail, and he was covered in tattoos. He was talking about how they take like a lid and they take hair grease and they set the hair grease on fire over the lid, and the ashes, this turns into black soot, and then they mix that up with water and then use it as tattoo ink, and then they just do each other up, just tattoo each other. Nah, I'd rather be free. I'd rather not do that shit. Energy Woman, paleo, dental, keto. Yeah, I think it was keto I was eating. Same different, both fad diets. Yeah, I wasn't really interested in what it was called, and I didn't even tell anybody. I didn't even tell you guys when I was eating the stuff. I was trying to get you guys to eat healthier, but I wasn't like, oh, you need to be on a keto diet. I was just happy eating meat and vegetables. If I could just eat that every day, I would. Wayward, I had Lipton chicken noodle soup sandwich as a kid. Bussin'. Yeah. Yep, it's bussin'. When I was a kid, we didn't eat shit. We were fucking starving to death. And now I got stomach problems, so I still can't eat shit. But, you know, I always tell you guys, God has a funny sense of humor. Jay Tyler, that's why most comedians come from Ohio. Why? What's in Ohio? Well, hooligans, we're going to get into our funny videos of the day. Now, before we do, I want to remind you guys really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to make donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. It's time to get into our fun stuff of the day. Let me see here. You hooligans are going to have to let me know about this first one. This first one here is titled, "Is this really what it's like having two dogs?"
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
My name.
What kind of bullshit is that? My name is Jeff. Anyways, getting into this next one. This is our official funny video of the day. And it's, let me see. Let me get this pulled up really quick. There we go. All right, this one's titled, "Be Careful, Bambi Al-Qaeda Can Get You Anywhere."
Grandma got run over right there. Walking up the bar with the sea. You could say there's no such thing as but
Oh, I'd be pissed. You're at a marathon. I'm just opening fire on the deer in the middle of the crowd. Like, fucking Bambi Al-Qaeda. I swear, can't trust him. Either way, that is all the coffee I have for you hooligans today. I'm going to drop this Linktree link in the chat for all of you hooligans. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we will be wrapping things up. But we'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Damn, Bambi Al-Qaeda, get me all riled up here. There is the Linktree link in all the chats. Like I said, all of my links are listed. So if you hooligans would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, we really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. No need to wait for a 2-hour late notification from Rumble or YouTube. YouTube may not even send you notifications. God only knows at this point. But fuck all that noise. Go join Discord and I will send you a notification every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there in the chat while watching the live. Our live stream player is ad-free, so it is an ad-free experience. Like I said, it's the best way to experience a live. You will also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our built-in social media area. You will have access to the forums, which is for open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that adapt to your phone. That is a ton of fun. And you'll also have access to the advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that give you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. Plus, you'll be able to join us Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for our voice chat, which is it's more fun than you expect. Let's put it like that. You should ask Jamie. It is more fun than you expect. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. We're going to read through the chat really quick, see what you hooligans think about today's coffee. Like I said, we will be doing the Pledge of Allegiance and wrapping things up. But we'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And I will try to be less late. Like I said, we had a catastrophe earlier today. I thought I was doing fine. And then all of a sudden I realized I didn't have checks. Then I had to learn how people get checks. And it's a long story. But either way, we're not going to be as late as we were today. Hey, thank you, Josh D. I appreciate you being here. What are you saying here, Juicer? Happy Freedom, Miss Jamie. That's another hooligan. Happy Freedom 78. Appreciate you joining us here. I thought Hair Juicer scared you off. That's what I thought happened. Thank you, Breeze by You. Appreciate you. Thank you, Zero. Russell, what the hell? Oh, okay. Here, Juicer. I love intermediate fasting. I love cramming 3,000 calories with no repercussions. First of all, that's what she said. Okay. And then Russell says, I love intermediate farting. Well, you guys are the best. I love you, hooligans. Thank you, Breeze by You. Hair Juicer smoked her. Yeah, she didn't stand a chance against that Bambi Al-Qaeda. She should have been wearing a bulletproof vest and been strapped with a rifle, but instead, you know. Russell, the deer gone wild. I didn't see one set of deer titties out there. I don't know what you're talking about. Zero Atkins worked great for me. Cut out carbs too. Lost 60 pounds fast. Interesting, Zero. I will look into it. Josh D. Jeff's mom. What about my mom? Zero. Thankfully, we don't have smell-o-vision in voice chat. I agree, but I am even more curious to know what you guys were talking about earlier. When we started the live, Hair Juicer's like, you got to read through the chat. I'm scared what I'm going to discover. Thank you, MU. I appreciate you. Too old to care. You get your checks from the bank. Yeah, but I didn't know that I was running out of checks. I didn't realize when I wrote a check for rent last month that was the last check. So I got to pay rent today. No check. I'm like, oh shit. And so then I had to figure it all out. And then I realized it takes 2 weeks to get checks. You got to wait 2 weeks for it to come in the mail and all kinds of stuff. It was a learning experience. Thank you, AR16. I appreciate you being here with us. Thank you, Pumpkin. You're the bestest. Thank you, Too Old to Care. Thank you, Nana. Too Old to Care. Deer pack a punch. They do. They do. Enough to ruin a Subaru. Bill Clay, I thought Ted Nugent would be running after him. You just see the deer take out all the runners and stuff, and then all you see is Ted Nugent with a rifle running down the street. That would have been too funny. Too Old to Care, definitely. Thank you, Viola. You have a good night as well, and stay warm yourself. Vonda, thank you so much for gifting 2 subs over on Twitch. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Holy, you guys are the best. Master Meatball, I have diet bread I make, shredded cabbage, eggs, and herbs. That's interesting, Master Meatball. I've seen a lot of recipes where they're replacing bread. Like if you get a burger or something, you use lettuce instead of a bun. And things like that. I've never heard of diet bread, though. I think it's the gluten that gets me. I think that's what really gets me is gluten. Well, and carbs. And I think carbs come for all of us. But the gluten, it just wrecks me. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate you being here with us. Mr. Coffee, my grandmother hated that song. Yeah, I think that's a normal response. Thank you, Wayward. I appreciate you being here with us. You ready to do the pledge, buddy? Huh? You ready? You ready to do the pledge? All right. Well, hooligans, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, did the thing, didn't mute myself. Let's get these beats rolling. Like I said, we are going to be wrapping things up, but we're going to read through the chat one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But we'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Zero, be careful of the Ozempic. Oh no, I'm not really interested in losing weight. I'm more interested in eating healthy food. No Ozempic. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's 78 here. Josh D smells like burned 2x4s. You better go take a walk around the house or something. That's not good at all. Hair juicer, terrible death near me. What does that mean? What does that mean, hair juicer? Is something bad happening around you? Thank you, Astro Hammer. Oh, weird, hair juicer. Thank you, Too Old to Care. Blessings to you. And much love to you, Pumpkin. Thank you. Nano play ball. That's right. Too Old to Care. Potato soup for dinner it is. That ain't bad. Jay Tyler, using an AR-15. I would. What's up, Enter user? Happy freedom to you. Thank you, MU. Yeah, Viola, no pills. No pills. Irish, you got to get with it. Online banking. Well, in order to pay rent, I got to write damn checks. They don't accept any modern transactions, and I just wasn't ready for all that. Can I help you? Yeah, you ready for the snacks? You good boy. Maybe I'll even give you some Fancy Feast. I gave Klaus some Fancy Feast for Thanksgiving because he's being a good booty. Good booty. You can't even see his booty. You got this camo booty here, Klaus Daniels. Got that booty all up on me. Hold on a second. We ain't done yet. Booty Mackins. Master Meatball, no carbs and cabbage burn more calories to digest. Interesting, Master Meatball. I'd like to see some diet bread. I've never heard of that. All right, Klaus Booty, you gotta go. We gotta wrap this up. Come on, buddy. You just gonna lay on the desk like a stripper? Come on, man. I feel like Hunter Biden. Got a naked kitty on my desk right in front of you, hooligans. That's right. That's right. All right, we're wrapping this up. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Please have a fantastic night. Be safe out there. Don't let them shapeshifters get you, fucking Democrats or any of that. Go out there and love life. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate you, hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.